Allow the children
it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo. Mayegun la wa mo la mo do. Mayegun diary, number one.
Hello there.
La mo do.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary,
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. All of you Lagos Abobakus, today I have decided to appear as Mayegun normal. This is the day that all of the chiefs, the generals, and the rest, right, will come together and follow the commander-in-chief. It was supposed to be the day that Nigeria is bombing Niger Republic. Unfortunately, Kolu is nowhere to be found. So respect me when you see that name, Mayegun General.
Ani esunraki.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Of course, it is Mayegun, and you should share the broadcasts. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them Mayegun to Tideo. Know their father. The 7 days ultimatum given to Niger Republic has ended last night. And today, we are yet to hear PIM from Kolu. Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun live. Few days ago, we were worried that whatever Kolu was smoking, whatever they added to his, his injection, we never thought he had a thorough thinking or proper thought on going public, right, to give a country an ultimatum of 7 days, or else they would take a military action. Kolu declared war on Niger Republic a week ago. And although the military part of it was supposed to happen today until the Senate of Nigeria, stopped him, at least momentarily. But Kolu has already used the power of Nigeria over Niger by cutting off their electricity. But there is an issue for those who have been following this from the start. The issue of legitimacy. Who the hell is Tinubu to, on behalf of Nigeria, decided to want to fight the fight of France and whoever? Like, who the hell are you? You are going to Niger Republic to fight illegitimate military coup. What happened to the illegitimate civilian coup that you are the beneficiary of? So questions were rising. People were like, she call madini. Like, what thing they think? Even members of his own supposed party, they were so shocked. Like, until they told him that declaring war on Niger Republic is declaring war on northern Nigeria. But it was too late. The embarrassment is already kind of publicized, internationalized. It has now gotten to a stage whereby maybe in a Russian, what do they call them? Propaganda. I've been a propagandist. They have now unleashed their real propaganda expose on Kolu. And a lot of Nigerians are currently feeling like, what have you got ourselves into like this story all along? Right? A lot are kind of saying, no, we not send them. No. Nobody send them. The guy in a madman, no native. Sure you get. It was, the rest of Africa, or let me say the rest of West Africa, they were supposed to come together, put army together, chase the thief. The unknown alien away from Aso Rock. It has been like a cancer on the country. So far, so bad. So people were saying, no, we don't send them. Nobody send them. Walk it. You the crazy. But they were adamant. They were saying 7 days go come soon. And Kolu pretended, or maybe actually meant business, when Kolu started mobilizing Nigerian army towards the border of Niger Republic. And just like they have done in Ukraine, they have done in all these places, sanctions. Kolu also was drafting sanctions. Those who are transacting business, Nigerians who are transacting business with Nigerians and, vice versa. that transaction was brought to an end. The borderless border, I've been at the gateless border, they call border in Nigeria. It's actually porous border. That's the word. Porous. Sorry. I know my problem with cap is say, today before the thing they hurt me for head. Maybe because I'm talking. I'm sorry. So ma put on for where go day bit comfy, Sorry about that. Once it gets in, you just feel like, oh my God, should I remove it or should I leave it on? So Kolu already declared war. What he hasn't done was to actually start bombing, shooting. He did not talk about Nigerians who are living and doing businesses in Niger Republic. Just like you have Nigerians everywhere. He wasn't thinking about them. That same Niger Republic has 300,000 Nigerians who are refugees that Nigeria couldn't protect. They ran away from Nigeria. And they have been living in a refugee camp in Niger Republic. As poor as Niger is, they are still caring for 300,000 Nigerians. Kolu didn't think about them. I don't know. I don't think he still uses banner or something. This one not be heroin, Abi. This one heroin. No, this one don't be heroin. This one a powder. Heroin if be so, now bond they bond that one. Anyway, nobody know what he smoked. Okay? He just declared war on Nigerians too there. We were seeing all these Europeans, they were taking out they were evacuating their citizens out of Niger. Kolu was going from one, ECOWAS to another. It wasn't probably like, anyway, Niger responded. So the update is that before you start bombing us, we no one have anything to do with you anymore. Please. Cut out. Relationship. Over. We know they do again. Which means diplomatic relationship or whatever with Nigeria ceased the moment Kolu cut off their electricity, declared war on them. Nigeria is still battling with the Nigeria war. Nigeria is still battling with this poverty war. Nigeria is still battling with economic war. The jihad economy that they declared on Nigeria by Bokwari APC is still active. The killings are still ongoing. Kolu is not in his druggy sense. Felt like I should mobilize the rest of West Africa so that we can put our army together. And chase away these terrorists. Al-Qaeda, ISWAP, Fulani terrorists. We can chase them away. So he left his house on fire. That was the reason why nobody actually it's about it's politics. The people in the country seems to be happy with them. Whatever is their situation, right? Fine. If you can walk them around and bring them back to your democracy, whatever, do it. But why would you declare war on them? Here you get. Anyway, those ones cut off every tie. And as it stands, Nigeria and Niger Republic are no longer in any diplomatic relationship as it stands. But the problem here is this. Nigeria Senate stopped Kolu. That is why you are not hearing bomb today. That is why you have not started hearing the breaking news. But from that last night to now that you are watching Mayegun again, I'll give you some quick updates. They are very important so that this entire conversation, right, you can be able to piece them together and make do with whatever you like with them. Sure, you get information is it. So that's what I'm actually going to be doling out now. Pieces of them. Between last night and now, the report has it that Burkina Faso, Mali, they have already sent their own contingent of fighters. The moment the Niger Junta, they realize that forget about ECOWAS, it's just a distraction. There is even more, there are more deeper things. If ECOWAS failed to wage that war through Nigeria, France and America, they have base in this region. And the combination of all their armies, right, can at least pull out about 5,000. And remember that America has drones. So America doesn't even need Nigeria. That is why some people are so kind of surprised that if Tinubu wanted to make it look like he's the macho man, champion. America has drones. They don't need to send soldiers. They can send their drones and target all the government building there if they want to declare war on Niger. They can sit in America or sit in their base in that region and control their drone to take out everybody they want to take out without sending people in, without Nigeria being involved. But the job of Nigeria at that point was actually, as a big brother, to prevent such from happening. But when your big brother be the one we can't carry stick, they accuse you, say you have done something wrong, you must be beaten, or they have started beating you up, bah, bah, bah. And then you are like, oh, thank God, that's my big brother coming. Nigeria is me, Niger. France is beating me, they have been shitting me, they have been dealing with me, please help me. You know what I mean? Like something like that, literally, right? And then you realize that your big brother, Nigeria, just pull out the baseball bats. And you're like, bros, it's me now, Niger, your brother. And then he's walking towards you with baseball bats. And you're like, oh my God, like I'm done for, Then you become defensive. You realize that you are likely on your own until you see real people come to your aid. That's what Nigeria has sort of presented. But Niger knows that if Nigeria has kind of been sort of shouted down now, like Koshidano, you know what I mean? There are other people who can do the job. That's the French, the American, you know what I mean? In fact, they believe that whatever it is, this situation you are currently watching, whatever it is that is going to be the outcome, if the French or France can't have their way in Niger, that Niger Republic, right? It is, and I mean, it is kind of a precursor to say the French, British, American influence in Africa, or the ripping off of Africa is gradually coming to kind of an end. For the first time, if that's what is going on, according to them, what they believe is happening in Niger is that if these coup plotters, these guys, if they succeed and they chase France away, that's them like losing almost the region. Like that's like losing the majority of the region to whatever they are getting from the region. And they can't let that happen. And if that's going to happen, then they have a lot of things to actually destroy, including making what happened in Libya and the aftermath of Libya a child's play to what is still going to develop along that central West Africa region. That is the impression of these guys in Niger. They said, yeah, Nigeria just wanted to die in somebody else's war. It is none of Nigeria's, but instead of Nigeria to mediate at this point, right, to be the big brother and kind of pay attention to the cry of the people of Niger, the ones that all of you who are not from Niger Republic actually know now that, oh my God, is that actually the deal they have with France? So their foreign reserve is with the France Central Bank. Are you serious? That France takes over $200 billion worth of resources from this Niger, and they give them back less than $1 billion in aid. And any other thing after that, Niger have to borrow their own money. Like, a lot of you are just discovering that, Abi. So you would expect your big brother to use this chance to shield you. If your big brother is not a useless big brother, which these guys have made Nigeria. Nigeria was supposed to be the big brother. Leadership is what is lacking. You have the size, you have the resources, you have almost the people, you have the intelligence, we have everything that we can actually use in competing with these guys at the international stage, that we can earn respect only if you have leadership in Nigeria. Do you get what I mean? You have everything. You have the size that nobody can say we want to go and invade Nigeria. Nobody will try, not even America. We say, despite the fact that Nigeria, you know what I mean? If you have leadership, Nigeria would have been built bigger in defense than what South Africa is. Nobody is going to say they want to go and attack South Africa. Do you know that South Africa, even though in Africa, is also one of the nuclear weapon countries in the world? Do you know that? And it's in Africa. South Africa is among the countries recognized in the world that also manufactured weapons, including, fighting weapons. That they are actually, shipping tons and tons of weapons from their country to different parts of the world in trade. South Africa. And look at how, as much as they have, look at the level they have mismanaged Nigeria for years. The looting, the stealing for years. Yet, Nigeria still have a little bit edge over South Africa economically. Imagine when you have leadership. Imagine. So then you can be a big brother, a real one, who can stand up to France, stand up to Britain, stand up to America. When they want to do anything in any part of Africa, they will first come and consult Nigeria, not as a sycophant or a puppet that they can use to help bully others to line for the imperialists, as you call them. I said something. I said Africa will only be respected, and the fair share of Africa in this shared prosperity, this world prosperity, Africa have the resources, almost what the world needs to run. They are there in Africa. Now, if you respect us for what we have, and you know that these are all the source of your prosperity in the West, your prosperity is in Africa. Whatever you think you have had, they are mostly built on the backbone of Africa. We agree. But now, if you put that aside and you are like, respect that Africa in a way that we have our fair share of this prosperity, our people are also kind of hopeful, successful, and prosperous, like your people in the West. Now, you know what is missing in all these requests? Because, from the time immemorial, powerful countries are meant to cheat weak countries. They will tell you, if you want protection, you need the protection of powerful countries, or else whatever become of your country, just take it. And they could do anything in this vile world that we are today. But if you have leadership who indeed values what Africa has and the dependability of this West on what Africa have, instead of them joining them in looting and depleting them, leaving our people in abject poverty, so that we can fit into that narrative of the poor continent of Africa. Africa shouldn't be poor. A lot of you know that. But with leadership, you would have had Nigeria with that size, with that wealth. We could have earned enough and more respect than what the insult and the disgrace that kind of Africa and Africans suffer today. Look at us. Yesterday I was telling you they are taking everything from us. For those who they call themselves the world billionaires, when you see who are the billionaires in the world, they are mostly from the West. And when you look at the source of their billions and wealth, you will find the traces to Africa. Somehow you will find part of their wealth, the traces of that to Africa. Somewhere they are looting and taking something from there to do something elsewhere. So with leadership, Niger wouldn't have to suffer what this bullying that they are suffering from France if Nigeria was a real place with good leadership. Think about that. So it became obvious that it is like the fight for survival, the cry for survival, even if we are going to die for the first time in decades. We don't want this guy to dictate to us anymore. And that is the problem. They dictate to, imagine I'll show you something quickly before we go to Niger, right? I'll show you something. Look at this. For decades that these guys have been in Africa, right? They said, what has US done in Africa? Since they have been in Africa, what have they done? Sanctions on government that they believe that is not loyal to Washington, which is what has been always, right? Sanctions and sanctions, Okay. Then what else? Exploit African resources like everyone else. No. What else again? They build military bases in Africa. Yeah. So what else? China is a problem in Africa. The Africans, before, the Africans are trapped in between their war of China, this, Russia, that, you remember? So on the other hand, right, somebody put this chart together and they were like, compare both. So what I'm saying is that if the West has enjoyed decades of exploitation and they have enjoyed cooperation from different kind of regimes in this part of Africa, now that the level of poverty that is rising are also kind of threatening their own comforts, where they are now strengthening their borders, their visa process, and all of those things to cut out Africans who are coming to their country. Now, if you have enjoyed ripping us off for decades through all those quack leaders and all that, now, if you want to see have that leverage, how about you start treating Africa fairly? How do you treat Africa fairly? By not giving backings, helping those who are looting, who are helping you to loot Africa, helping them to keep their loot in your own different countries, even though you call us poor, but you know those who made us poor, the criminals who have all their families and every loot they've taken from Africa back into the West. You know them. You know what they have in your countries. Yeah? So respecting Africa starts from that, by stopping them and letting Africans choose their own leaders, their way. I mean, all you have to do with Africa, I believe, should be trade. That is one thing that connects the whole world. And most of the time, right, this is where some people actually maintain monopoly of who should trade with who. Respect Africa, what? Because you want everything African, right? Now, if you do genuinely give us the real value for them, stop the looters who steal from us, use your own instrument, international instrument of control, to help us return and retrieve back all what they have taken from Africa and put an end to them. Make it impossible for them to actually steal from Africa and take them out of Africa. Now, when you do that, the second stage is to give the real value to the resources you are taking or you need from Africa. Real value. Because those resources, right, and the value you pay for them actually go back to the communities and the areas that are blessed, that they are actually blessed with them. Now, that is the way you can say you love and you care about Africa, not by giving aid, taking billions and billions of dollars of resources that are mostly stolen, and then you are giving back handful of aids like handouts. That is not helpful, you will say, right? Now, because of this, those that have identified as those who want to fight the fight of America or France or Russia or whatever, right there in Africa, Niger Republic have told their people that, you know what, let everyone come back to defend the homeland. Sorry, 1 second though, but I'll take you to that in one of their broadcasts. Then we'll come back again. This.
De défense et de sécurité, forts du soutien indéfectible de notre peuple, sont prêts pour défendre l'intégrité de notre territoire et l'honneur de notre patrie. À cet effet, le Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie lance un vibrant appel à la jeunesse, aux dignes filles et fils de notre pays, pour qu'ils se tiennent prêts pour la défense de la patrie. Vive le Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie, vive le peuple nigérien digne et souverain, vive le Niger indépendant. Je vous remercie. De défense et de sécurité, forts du soutien indéfectible de notre peuple, sont prêts pour défendre l'intégrité de notre territoire et l'honneur de notre patrie. À cet effet, le Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie lance un vibrant appel à la jeunesse, aux dignes filles et fils de notre pays, pour qu'ils se tiennent prêts pour la défense de la patrie. Vive le Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie, vive le peuple nigérien digne et souverain, vive le Niger indépendant. Je vous remercie. De défense et de sécurité.
Thank you. Anyway, let's leave the cap for now. I've managed to put it back on, So that was the spokesperson for the Niger Junta, calling on the young people, the youth, to mobilize and get ready because they were not taking any chances. The reason why they were not taking any chances was because they don't believe that Tinubu will not attack them. They didn't believe. So as at last night, from what we have received as report, the Wagner's group have arrived in Niger Republic. Remember that even though ECOWAS is trying to say they will continue to send mediators to them, something they should have done before making declaration about war or invasion. So what they are now saying is that they are sending mediators to them. Meanwhile, what they are not telling you, or they won't tell you, is that there is no mediator welcomed in Niger Republic anymore. The last batch of mediators they sent was led by Abdusalami Abubakar, the former military head of state of Nigeria. And in that same delegation was the emir of, Sultan of Sokoto, and some emirs too, who went to Niamey. They stood them up for 5 hours. 5 hours. They were pleading to meet the leaders of the, of the revolution or junta in Niger. But nobody was ready to meet with them until they returned back to Nigeria. For cutting off their power, cutting off their financial, transaction and all that, you've already declared war on them. And even though Nigeria Senate said reverse that and continue with negotiation, you decided you still keep that in place. And the soldiers they mobilized to Sokoto, they are still there. They are still there waiting to be told to move in. So the impression is that they can actually move in anytime, despite the fact that all of you believe that the Senate said they shouldn't. You may read the breaking news any moment from now that Nigeria, ECOWAS, they have entered Niger. It may be a breaking news. Other thing is that the Niger Junta, they have told France to remove all of their soldiers in Niger and leave Niger in 30 days. Now, that 30 days is going to end at least by yesterday. So that means by September 3rd or 4th, 30 days will lapse. So a lot can now happen between now and that end of this month. Part of what they have heard is this: France and the US, if the ECOWAS, they are still kind of letting them know that it's the only way out. Okay? Even though they are telling you, or they are pretending to say they are going to continue to negotiate with them, there is no communication between Niger and Nigeria officially anymore. Not that people won't be talking to them, or northern Nigeria, majority of them who are from Niger as well, they'll probably be kind of reaching out, talking, but officially on behalf of Nigeria, it has cut off. Officially between them and ECOWAS ended. Do you understand? So, and they are currently, preparing for an attack from either France, French army, or another set of African countries that they are going to be able to mop up some soldiers that will now that will now head for Niger capital. So you see this right now. Ma repaint time for you, make you understand, okay? After Nigeria made that threat, when Tinubu said they will attack them, and is not going to be allowed to attack them officially right now. So that has kind of slowed them down. Sure you get. And because Tinubu and ECOWAS know that there is no communication between them and Niger anymore, so they are currently just in a limbo, waiting for France to say, or UK or US to say, okay, do this now. Sure you get. Apart from that, they are currently at a limbo, just waiting, sitting duck. Niger knows that they haven't probably received any clearance that will make them enter Niger, but they can receive it anytime, and it could come from anywhere. So that is a threat on the border. Benin Republic has been, we have heard that they are now thinking that instead of using Sokoto, Nigeria to enter, they will use Benin Republic to enter. Now, Nigeria will now use the excuse that Benin Republic of ECOWAS is currently at military whatever with Niger. So they need to support Benin Republic. Sure, you get? So that would then make Nigeria kind of say, okay, yeah, we are trying to make peace. Do you understand that now? That plan is the second one. Now, what they are now thinking is that if they somehow don't go successful with that, those two plans, Nigeria and then Benin Republic, maybe there are others who will just come in as rebel on their own. No national ID or whatever. You can't say they are Guineas or they are Sierra Leone or they are, you can't say. It will just be a combination of them. You know why? One of the arrangements, one of the deceitful arrangements that kept French, especially the French soldiers in that part of Africa, is that they were training some Africans. Sorry, they were training for example, the military of some African countries, all right, on how to combat Al-Qaeda at the Sahel. That is why you have this French base, America base. So their job is not that they want to fight the terrorists or what have you. No, their job is to train these African countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, even this Niger, Chad, all these guys, to train their soldiers on how to fight Al-Qaeda. But majority of them have come back to say all those things are kind of manipulative because for decades that they have been there, they have seen an increase in the act of terrorism in that region. But that's kind of another conversation anyway. So what people are now saying is that they could mop up some of these soldiers from these countries that will still kind of take money and give them guys. And those ones will now stage a kind of attack-like entrance, invasion. So their job is going to be like, their job is to invade Niger and take out the coup plotters, okay? Arrest them, okay? Install the removed president. Once they reinstall the removed president, install the National Assembly. So the removed president can now use the National Assembly to form a special court to prosecute those coup plotters. And all of this can be done within a month. Niger plotters knows about it, that they could come up with that too. So that is why, if you are kind of wondering, what is the tension? Maybe they are not attacking them anymore. Maybe they said that they shouldn't shake Kiniko anymore. So why are they still talking like they want to fight? The reason why they are still talking that they want to fight is because the fight is not just about ECOWAS and Niger. Give me a sec. I'll show you something now quickly. Right, let's retake this.
De défense et de sécurité, forts du soutien indéfectible de notre peuple, sont prêts pour défendre l'intégrité de notre territoire et l'honneur de notre patrie. À cet effet, le Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie lance un vibrant appel à la jeunesse, aux dignes filles et fils de notre pays pour qu'ils se tiennent prêts pour la défense de la patrie. Vive le Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie, vive le peuple nigérien digne et souverain, vive le Niger indépendant. Je vous remercie. De défense et de sécurité, fort du soutien indéfectible de notre
I need to get that off. And thank you very much. Yeah. So this threat has prompted them to also react in like manner from what we have heard, though. So their own now is to kind of station themselves across their country. And they don't have all of that kind of army, the number to cover all of their country. If France or America or anybody pull any stunts in the next coming days. So this is when they said 5,000 Wagner boys have arrived in Niger Republic already. there are already images of them in Niger that cannot be verily right now verified. Sure, you get whether they are new pictures. That's why I didn't actually bring them. But the report is that they've arrived. Not because they really left. Some of them, it's not that they have to move them from Russia. In case if you are wondering, Wagner boys are now so they go bring 5,000. No. You see, Africa is like a battlefield for those who are exploiting Africa. Okay? Wagner Group, they are like mercenaries. They've always been in Africa. They have been in Sudan. They have been in Libya. They've always been in Africa, like you have French soldiers. The only difference between the Wagners and the French and America is that America built base in Africa. France built base in Africa. Wagners didn't build any base in Africa because they are just mercenaries. They are not representing countries or anything. So they move. So moving their own boys within that axis to Niger Republic is exactly what happened. And they said their primary goal is to first surround Niamey. And with this call from their, I'll have it back on, With this announcement from their spokesperson of the junta, so they called all of their youth, able-bodied youth, and they told them it is time to defend the homeland. And just like I just told you now, that their expected attack, the expected attacks can come from all this category of people. And these are the possible areas they are going to get into the country. And these are the targeted areas they are going to go for. And if we want to defend this country, the number of people and armed people that we will need are going to be here, 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 here. And those of you who are able-bodied, it is pretty much like saying they have declared war on our country and we must defend this country. It's no longer defending the coup or the coup plotters anymore. The narrative has changed, as you must know, right? Burkina Faso have sent their own first batch into Niger. Mali have also sent their own batch into Niger from the report, and they are just all around waiting for what is going to happen next. Now, the Wagner groups, as we heard, they are said to be with the kind of, level of weaponry and all that they are known for. They are those who are going to stay back in Niamey. And remember that Russia said that they didn't support the coup. They would rather they go back to democratic government and all that, right? But at the same time, they don't support any military intervention, like going into somebody's country because of their politics, attack them and all of that, when we all know what exactly is the reason why you want to attack them. Sure, you get. So, as we expected to be at war today, or maybe not, and Kolu and ECOWAS have not been able to lift a tiny finger. They are currently maybe strategizing. The point is, they have no strategy at all. They are waiting for the draft or the manuscript from France or America to tell them how to go about it. Although they are pretending to be following diplomatic whatever, there is no diplomatic nonsense anymore. No diplomatic relationship between Niger and France. No diplomatic relationship between Niger and America. No diplomatic relationship between Niger and Nigeria or ECOWAS. So who is now having the negotiation? Who is talking with who? So, ladies and gentlemen, the word that Kolu called, that is kind of, a demented old Ebola, like they call him. So it appeared that Kolu himself has been wondering, like, what are you saying? Kileso, we're supposed to be at war today. Anyway, you say what? We're supposed to be fighting war with these two people, Burkina Faso and Niger. We're supposed to remove them today. You said, I bet that's how he is currently inside the asshole rock. when people go to him to say, what is the next thing to do right now? Next thing to do about what? See? Next thing to do about what? Sir, we are supposed to be at war today in Niger, sir. We move soldiers to Sokoto. Sokoto? What am I doing here? Is this Sokoto? They say, no, this is Abuja, sir. This is also Rock. You are the president. Last week, you said that we are going to go to war after 7 days. That's exactly probably what he is inside the Aso Rock there. You know what? Take him back until he comes back to his senses. We'll get back to you all later. Now, they are actually going to have a meeting on Thursday. They said they're going to have a meeting on Thursday on what is to do next. Trial and error. Look at that. But already, they've already unleashed the foreign media on the rest of Kolu's life. The one that a lot of you felt like, She, this thing you are saying like this, She, you go dagba like this. I'll tell you something. One of the things that some of these ombud slaves, sophisticated morons, I'm talking about the Lagos Sabobakus, all these crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, all these, all risers and all that. They don't really have anything called substance in anything, in everything they do. You know that? When you tell them, like, you don't run a country like this, you rogues, you don't expect rogues to do the right thing. These guys are, you know what I mean? They will turn it around and start asking you, don't you have respect for elders? Is she not old enough to be your mother? Is he not old enough to be your father? You know, those kind of, all those, trashy talk, a kind of, manipulative questions, all these stupid things that they do ask. They are not real. They are a bunch of nonsense that they do to distract you from what you're actually talking about. You're talking about their failure. They are asking you about your parents. Don't you have parents at home? And you're like, are you mad, Dini? Are my parents the ones who are making decisions, ruining the country right now? I'm talking about those who are supposed to fix the country, and they are ruining it, and you are looking for who to blame. For them. Another thing is that this way you are abusing this. Don't you know that you are abusing elders? Do you want to grow old? Listen to me, if you are a young man or a younger woman watching me right now, I'll tell you something. You see these Olori Buruku Agbayas that will always leave what you are talking about, and they will start attacking, yourself, attacking your parents, or calling you Omoali and all those things, right? These are useless Agbalagbas that don't deserve your respect. Okay? I'm talking to you, yeah? Yeah. So, they don't deserve your respect. And disrespecting them does not have anything to do with your home training or lack of it. Here you get. In fact, it actually proves that you have a better home training than most of these Olori Brukus. You know why? When you talk about the failure of leaders, that affects everybody's life, whether you are young or you are old. Here you get. Especially if you are young, you are mostly affected. Now, when you are talking about that, in this, when you are saying nobody should be telling you how to talk about it, okay? Nobody should tell you that you should show respect when you are actually expressing your own disgust over their failure. When people begin to tell you to watch your mouth, when they begin to tell you to tone it down, people who are older than you, if you disrespect them, you have not done anything wrong. Look at me very well. You know what they mostly do? They will tell you, you don't have home training. Your parents, they didn't train you well, okay? Or maybe you are the one who didn't take home training. They will sometimes tell you that what you are doing is insulting your elders. No, you are not insulting your elders. You are insulting criminals who are old. Here you get. There are two different things. You know your elders. Your own leaders or elders, they will never conspire, okay, with others to keep you poor. They will never do it. Who love you? Your elders. You see real elders. Any elder you see that is contributing to the destruction of life of the young ones, they don't deserve any respect at all. They are actually not elders. Here you get, they are criminals, rogues and crooks who deserves nobody's respect. Whether they are old or young, it doesn't matter. Do you understand? So they will now start telling you that Do you want to grow old like this? What does talking about criminals have to do with whether you are going to grow old or you are going to die young? What does that have to do with it? They do all of this. These are Olori Burukus, they are everywhere. But if you look, see any Olori Buruku that is, when you are talking about these people, and you see one Ashiri, Apoda, that decided to kind of start attacking you and start threatening you, like, if you abuse elder, you can just die. If that elder say you will die, you will just die. If that elder say, all these elders, they are, wash your mouth. If they say you are going to run mad, you are just going to run mad. If this elder says that you're not going to make it in your life, that is it. You are done for. You're not going to make it in your life. You see all those nonsense, right? They are just a way of psychologically, right, humbling you, kind of psychologically, right, imprison you. None of them is real. Whether you are going to grow old or you are going to die young, the environment you live will determine that. The lifestyle you live will determine that. But in Nigeria, none of this determines whether you are going to live long or you are going to die young. The elders who failed to keep you safe, they are watching children, young people, being slaughtered, being killed, being kidnapped, being raped by terrorists in Nigeria. Those are people who are elders, who want you to grow old. They are watching you being slaughtered and killed in your prime. And yet, when you speak out, one Ashiri, one Olori Buruku from somewhere, will begin to talk about your home training. Will begin to talk about if you want to grow old. If you don't watch your mouth, you are going to die young. You see all this nonsense. Look at me very well. When you see them, John Tori alone, disrespect them, that even they themselves will know. You know what I mean? Like, none of those nonsense works on you. They never worked on me. Imagine somebody who is somewhere, whether you are in Nigeria or you are in America or whatever place you are, and you have a son like me, Mayegun, a son like me, that has become such a blessing to his generation and even the generation before him, talking and exposing the rot that actually affects every one of us, whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, whether you are from the north or you are from the south. It doesn't matter where you come from. This young man makes it easier for you to understand how much all of us are affected by the activities of these criminals. And until we all stop sharing and loving them like you are doing differently, we are doomed. How could you then sit back at your age and wish me dead? That I shouldn't grow old because I'm talking about those criminals. So young men and women watching me right now, when saying the truth becomes something that the older generation will turn around and say, Shufe dag baba isha. Shufe dag baba isha. Then you begin to ask yourself, Shefe kadagba atosha. When they say, do you really want to grow old like this? Then just show them and say, do you actually wish us to grow old with the country you are running and the way you are doing it? With the ruin and destruction that everybody is suffering from today? Do you actually want us to grow old and healthy? Or you just want us to exist? Just for the existence sake, Abi? So when somebody turn around and say to you, talking about these criminals, in any language you want, any. If you like, say you want to curse them. If that is what makes you feel better, do it. If yours is to begin to sing and all of that, to preach, whatever, do it. Don't let any ashiri agbalagba oloribu anywhere tell you that talking about these criminals is because you don't have home training. Ask them. You know, I've said this before. Ask all of them who will tell you you have no home training. You have no respect. You have no this or that. Ask them. Say, Those who are stealing and looting Nigeria, that impoverished Nigeria today, still doing it right now, is that the home training their own parents gave them? All of now, when they see their parents, and you'll be like, Senate President, your mama must be very proud of you. She Senate President Akpabiole in mama train them to loot the public money. All these guys who are collaborating with terrorists, selling Nigerians off to the cheapest and the highest bidder. She na their papa and their mama trained them to be thieves. They are doing this, they are leaders. We must Abulori Blukuniemi. They are leaders. Do you know where this is coming from? It is all coming. It's because you have personal, you don't like them. Why would you like people who made Nigeria what Nigeria is that way? A lot of you want to give excuses for them. That's fine. You can give excuses for them. But I won't deny the facts. So when you now talk about them, if anybody tells you that you should respect the elders, you will tell them, ni kuresa, ofulema shema. Respect each elder. It won't know. Just say it that way. You won't hear any respect. Don't you have elders at home? Olori Bruku niyi. I don't know how old you are, man. Your papa, your mama, whether they are dead or still kind of somewhere, they should be ashamed of you at your age. You are telling a young man whose life you guys are frittering away, whose future and lives you are destroying right before them. No future for them. Olori Brukunyi is talking about home training. Home training kill you there. Say it to them. Nothing will happen to you. Look at me. Nothing will happen to you. Do you want to grow like this? You should respect your elders. Of course, you should respect your elders. But the activities of these guys, they are not activities. Their actions are not actions that will guarantee that young people will grow old in Nigeria. You know that. No healthcare, no real education, no infrastructure, right? Otuwasi security. And they are talking about you very grow old like this. Do you want to? Don't you have elders at home? Because we are talking about Kolu. That some of you are currently now like, I don't know if you are still standing on his poo-poo. I'll be on his pampas. So I'll put this one back so that it will look like my go. So that here you get I Shifo, and as a be so, the general overseer of the Temple of Truth, Mayegun General, Geo, Temple of Truth worldwide. I'm a titled chief as my brethren. So talking about those who have been ruining Nigeria, as much as Nigeria is still on fire, ladies and gentlemen, 2 days ago, you heard when they said that they withdrew the name of Miriam Shetty. You know that Shetty baby? Yeah, Shetty. I'm in London. Anyway, today, when they removed her, they replaced her with Keyamo. Now, fraudster Keyamo was very thankful. Oshe Olorun oboju mi je. You have you seen that video? Oshe Olorun oboju mi je. Yeah. He was very happy. A thief. How many of you remember just about 2020 when fraudster Keyamo decided that he wanted to create his own employment bazaar? Do you remember that? Okay, I'll remind you. Don't worry. I'll remind you. It was around that time. Keyamo, as a junior minister of labor, decided to cook his own figure. How many local government areas do you have in Nigeria? 774 local government areas. Brilliant. What's it going to be like if we have to create 1,000 jobs just for random people in these areas just to boost the employment figure of Bokwari? Okay, well, that's going to be 774,000 jobs. Okay. But sir, what are they going to be doing? I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. I don't want to make it look like giving them free money. Yes, sir. What if they just kind of clean their streets? Just tell them to clean their streets and we'll give them 20,000 every month. I was thinking about that. What a brilliant idea. We can just also buy some wheelbarrows. buy some shovels, hand gloves and all that, like environmental sanitation. Very great idea. That's what we're going to do. Now, put the figures together. Like 1,000 jobs per local government, 774 local government areas. That is 774,000 jobs. Now, call the media. Tell them we have something for them. Breaking news. 774,000 jobs to be created by the Ministry of Labor. Wow. Job. Baba, cut it short. It didn't last. All they had to do was just to do some PR job, right? They got some wheelbarrow, some cutlasses and hose, some gloves and then all that. And then cameramen. So Otobo Keyamo was cutting grass. They took his picture. Otobo Keyamo wear helmet, akotolokada, and he was pushing a wheelbarrow for safety. They took his picture. At a point, yeah, he was taking pictures with other people who are wearing the same thing. The youth who are benefiting from it. Boom. Breaking news. First batch of 774,000 Kiniko, they have taken their cleaning materials. Anyway, you see the old scam, was actually something big. 52 billion naira. That's the whole thing, the scam. They were going to pay them 20,000 naira every month for 3 months. So if they get another money, another 52 billion, they will give another batch the job. Those ones who collect 20,000 naira for 3 months. So if he got another 52 billion, but he only got it once, and the guy was like, you know what? I'm not giving any goddamn job, Baba. Let me look for a house. There was a time when we came to America, and I realized that when I went to see my schoolmate, who has been living in America for a while, he was feeling too big. He said he's living in one area. I said the area is very, very kind of expensive. It's for big men and all that. I was like, shut up your mouth. I'm a lawyer in Nigeria. We never won any case in my life. But yeah, I'm a lawyer. I'm also a son. That's Otobo Keyamo. Immediately they paid the first tranche of that money, 52 billion. Otobo flew to America, got himself a very nice small place. We ain't going to do his own TikTok. I forgot I should have brought you that video. At a point, he was so happy that he finally had a home in America. You see those ones they wanted to give job to, 774,000 jobs, 20,000 every month. A lot of them are on social media fighting for Bokwari as Bokwari was changing their lives. They were hoping that Otobo Keyamo will share the largesse with them. They never got penny. Otobo Keyamo ran away with the entire money, got himself a lot of things, built himself, Baba, a standard country home in Delta State. You know, the day Otobo Keyamo, who has been lawyer for a while, right? He now hosts governors, ministers in his palatial country home. All of this from the job they're supposed to give all these village rats on social media, or this social media bandits, Facebook adsmen. The ones that are always here asking stupid questions. What have you done for Nigeria? I mean, the president in Shiri. How many people have you helped? You this my Egun. What have you done for Ogun State? I can't tell me. I ain't share any. I mean, governor. Forget about governor. How many people have you helped? You know what I mean? They are here. Social media bandit, Facebook adsmen. Otobo was flexing and all that. Then the senators were calling him. Hey, Alaye, we need you to come and give account of all this your 774,000 jobs. It was just like that to them. Hey, excuse me. He didn't show up. He called their bluff. They reported him to Bokwari. Sure. Nothing happened. He was flexing. This is a guy. Ordinarily, I have told you this before, Abi. Normal. Everybody that was inside Bokwari's government, every one of them, right now suppose they say, how many they don't kill now, Sha? If to say it was in China, they go don't hang Buhari from want to Buhari by now. 3 months. No. They go don't hang him by now. They go don't hang Oshibaju. Pastor Ruga, they go don't hang him. If not China. Now you go on the count, say, today's date is 7th of August. To want to persist you. Alone. If to say not China, those who served inside Bokwari's government, from head to toe, atokune atobiri, Some of them dead by firing squad, though. Some of them dead by pekoni colorful to the bridge. You see, your own punishment be say you go to the bridge. Away to a Wena bridge. I mean, you go to Ileomi. You know those towers that they built for Ileomi, that water corporation. Back then in Odogbolu, we had water corporation, right? That water corporation have this long, what's it they call them? Like tower like that. They say there is reservoir and there water. I'm not sure, but anyway. So your own punishment, so you go climb down, you go jump down. If you survive them, good. If you cripple for life. That's your punishment. You go down the count now. If to say na a real place, so Otobo Keyamo by now, if you don't kill him. If not China, because you know the way they do it in China is that the first person who is the highest head, and that one go first go. They will go to the next level. Those who are like minister, those who are like you get now, they will go hang them. So they go don't kill Otobo Keyamo by now. But guess what? He ignored the National Assembly. He walked away. No investigation, no nothing. No job, no money. And then he became a Taliban on social media. Fake news merchant that he even got a medal for it. European Union report for 2023 election in Nigeria said Otobo Keyamo is the chief fake news merchant for 2023 election. And you remember that video when he said, we are going to match them propaganda for propaganda. Lie for lie. Truth for truth, as Sheikh Gowiri. Minister, it was minister then, no? And people were like, Otobo, she minister money. Is he not a minister anymore? They said, no, he's still a minister. Why can't he just resign like Amici and go and work for this Kolu? Anyway, at the end of the day, when they started the releasing list of those who are going to be minister or who are not going to be minister, Otobo Keyamo's name didn't come out. On the second batch, it didn't come out until Babariga Mumbai Banking CEO, I am talking of Gandola of Kano, who is now the chairman of APC, Egbekegbe, told us today that we didn't even know how Miriam Shetty's name got into the list as Etikonkon. Bokuwari, they said Bokuwari didn't even know some of those he appointed as ministers or SA or all of them. He didn't know them. Is it not too early for this demented Kolu to also start with this? I didn't know. You sent name to National Assembly. They said they didn't know how the name of this woman got in. They can't replace her with Otobo Keyamo. So today was his screening. I'm sorry if it's going to bore you, but you please have to kind of, it's part of this presentation because a lot of you have been asking for Labour Party. Where is Labour Party? Where are they not talking? Today they talk. As they talk today, the whole process, the whole screen is stopped. Akpabioli had to run to Aso Rock. Esa. Problem. What happened? What is going on? There's a problem. The senators are currently like they almost beat themselves because of Otobo Keyamo. Because Otobo Keyamo once told them that they are a bunch of noisemakers. He had no business with them. When they asked him to come and account for the 52 billion naira he got for the 774,000 jobs he said he was creating at the time. And you are running to me. Why do you have to run to me? Am I the one that is going to go back there and confirm? My friend, go back there and confirm him. I don't care about all your Senate and everything. Ashiwaju, it's just that they said they will beat me. Go back there and confirm him. Get shaking. My friend, go back. Don't disturb me. That one where you did, where you still did yesterday that I shouldn't go to war. You are back here now asking me about. Go back there and confirm. That is exactly what it was like. Akpabioli was sent back to the National Assembly. And ladies and gentlemen, they confirmed him. But we'll watch the drama. It's a stretch. But for the record, I want you to listen to this. Meanwhile, if you are still here, you haven't really liked the broadcast. I would advise you should. Because it doesn't take time before the whole time will be gone. And you forgot that you didn't like the broadcast. You should. So let's go back to that, the National Assembly. In a quick way, where Otobo Keyamo was answering questions.
to be screened today. In fact, in the entire process, we're talking about 48 men and women who have been sent for ministerial screening. Mr. Festus Keyamo taking a bow right now, former Minister of State for Labor and Employment, and at some point in his career, was actually Minister of State for the Niger Delta at the time when the Senate President, who you're looking at right now, was the Minister of the Niger Delta. So we're seeing that. Well, that happened just for a month before he was made Minister of State for Niger Delta. And of course, a lot of conversations around his nomination. And we'll be hearing those details shortly.
The last nominee on the list today is a distinguished son of the Niger Delta and a senior advocate of Nigeria, an advocate for justice, and a man who believes in excellence. My dear brother, SN Festus Keyamo, your CV is already with us, and most of us know you. So if there are things you would like to add that are not here, you use the next few minutes to say so. Otherwise, just summarize your life in 1 or 2 minutes so that you can answer questions from the distinguished senators. You are welcome.
Thank you, sir. The President of the Senate, here seated as chair of the Committee of the whole Senate, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, Commander of the Order of the Niger, and once my boss, always my boss, at the Ministry of the Niger Delta Affairs. So, sir, my boss, I also present myself to you today to hear your testimony about me as your mentee in the Ministry of the Niger Delta Affairs, where you were my boss. We enjoyed a convivial relationship when we were both at the Ministry of the Niger Delta Affairs. The Deputy Senate President, all the principal officers of this most revered Senate, and in particular, I pay special recognition to my 3 senators from Delta states. Distinguished Senator Edith Dafinone, Distinguished Senator Joel Onowapo Thomas, and Distinguished Senator Ned Walker, who are very, very personal friends to me for so many years, sir. My name is Festus Egwarewa Adeniyi Keyamo. Paternally, I'm from Delta State, in particular, Uwe local government area of Delta State. And maternally, I'm from Ogun State, in particular, Yewa South local government of Ogun State, Ilaro. And I'm also a constituent of distinguished Senator Solomon Adeola Olamilekon, who is popularly known as Yayi. He's my senator from Ogun West. In fact, he knows I'm from the royal home there, my mom, where they call Oju Orono in Ilaro. And we enjoy a very, very convivial relationship. I also see so many senators here who are my mentors, my political leaders, who have personal friends over the years, comrades too. I see 3, 4, 5 comrades here who we have enjoyed very excellent relations over the years. I greet all of you, sir. My appearance here today, sir, can only be by the grace of God, sir, and by the special benevolence, and I repeat, special benevolence of our President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I want to say a special thank you to him for giving me this rare opportunity to serve. In fact, why I say I give all the glory and adoration to God is that on Friday, when my name was announced on this floor, I was already packed. My bags and baggies were already packed with my dad and my family. We're going on a short vacation. I had given up any hope to be here when all of a sudden they said my name had been announced from Lagos. So I started rushing back and we had to cancel all our trips to go on vacation. So I give God all the glory and all the adoration, sir. Briefly, sir, I am a member of the
Oh, Mo, I didn't see that coming. Oh, did you? Did you see that coming? Fraudsters Otobo Keyamo from Ilaro, Mr. Adeniyi. So Otobo Keyamo is Adeniyi from Ilaro, Ogun West, Senatorial District of Ogun State. I didn't see that coming. Jojo. I didn't see it coming. I was supposed to be one handicap. Of course, now is partly Yoruba. Now we know. Adeniyi Keyamo. Unfortunately, just like everyone else, so we have not had our best. We have had our worst, our degenerates representing our best, and it's cut across everywhere in Nigeria. So yeah, it's Yoruba too. And then anyway, Otobo Keyamo didn't have to waste much of your time before the fire started there dropping. I mean, Now Labour Party man first time. I think that's the interesting part. Let's go back into that place because I don't want him to keep entertaining you that too much, like, or annoying you that much, right? Let's see how they treated this my Ilaro brother at the National Assembly today by the senator. This one from Abia.
I want to bring to the notice of this house that sometime in 2020 that an issue came up, and that issue was the public works program. We all welcomed it with open hands because this is something that will help our people. Today we are talking about paying 8,000 to some people to make sure that it will alleviate poverty. Then it was the amount of 20,000 to 1,000 persons across the 774 local governments, which my local government is part of it. And I'm sure your local government is part of it. And today, 1,000 per each local government minimum, 20,000 naira, has a great multiplier effect that will make our people cushion so many effects that would have led our people into a very greater height. But what really happened? At a point, we wanted to carry out our responsibility because if some people can use the instrumentality of law, which they find themselves within their confines of their own authority, to advance for all their justices, why can't we use the instrumentality of the legislature to support our people and help the populace, which we represent? Then, at that point, we invited the nominee because this thing has been a subject of controversy and public debate, which I don't know. We wanted to know and give him fair hearing. Please tell us, because it's now within our own confines authority to know what happened to our constituents. Say, please come and tell us what really happened. What is the structure? What are the indices you are using to carry out these things? Because our people will hold us responsible and accountable. And when he was invited, what we are talking about is a 52 billion naira appropriation, and the right of appropriation resides on the legislature. That is our right. And I know quite well that the right of oversight resides on us because we have to hold you accountable for whatever thing we appropriate to you. It is our right. And when he was invited, he expressly told us, to the public, that we want to hijack his role. That we want to blackmail us, that we are corrupt, that we want to hijack his role. And I know that he midwifed the process. Nobody's against that. He midwifed the process, and this falls within his own area of operation as the junior minister for labor and employment. Highly welcomed. And not only that, he went as far as in the public line to say that when he was asked, which indices did you use to gain this? He said, in quote, they are not from the moon. That was too arrogant to answer Nigerians that way. Because we're talking about what we support and help our people. That is why we are here. Anything outside that, I'll walk away from this chamber. My interest, your interest, and the interest of everybody is our people. That is why we are here. Not whatever thing any person is saying. And today, we need to find out, Mr. Senate President. Nobody is stopping him from being cleared. No. And I'm happy the way the president has sent so many people, great people here. We have questioned them, passed through the screening, wonderful people, and we're ready. As much as they are ready to work with the system, we are ready to clear them. But not on the grounds of putting something under the table, not granting some people fair hearing, because I would like us to grant him fair hearing since he has been running away from it, for people, for Nigerians to know what really happened. Because I wouldn't like any person to be holding that, because this thing has been subject of debate here and there. What happened to the 52 billion? What happened to the... But he is here, and it's our responsibility to find out. So, Mr. President of the Senate, I'm of the opinion, so strongly, that he has to tell us what really happened, but not here. We have to keep it down a little bit. We're not saying that we're not going to clear him. This is a house that can reconvert at any point. You can even call for an emergency and we'll reconvert. Because we would not like what happened at the last administration, where some people felt that the president was in charge and so many other things were happening out there. We won't take it this time around. We want a situation we hold you responsible from the onset. Since Mr. President has started showing us the right hand, we must follow along that side to make sure that we work with him in that right hand as well. Therefore, Mr. President of the Senate, I'm of the opinion that we hold this down a little bit, and I move a motion that we suspend forthwith this nomination and wait until when this is clear, so that he can freely work in our environment and tell Nigerians, I have perfectly done well because this record has been put straight. That is my submission, Mr. Senate President. I rest my case.
Thank you. So you heard him, and it's pretty much like all I told you too, but that's how it happened, and that's how he put it to him. Then the Senator Abaribe, Eyinaya Abaribe, the man that said, now grace of God and the love from his people that saved him from the obedient waves that swept through Nigeria in February. He said it. He said, for real, people don't want to have anything to do with anyone else but Obi. Remember, he survived, and he actually had to do a thanksgiving to say, oh my God, thank you. I for don't kiss the dust like Unamani, even though I didn't do anything wrong. But the tsunami was to clear everybody, whether you are good, half good, or bad, or worse, or anything. Everybody clear. Eyinaya Abaribe is the one that seconded the motion that no, we can't continue, even though it's partly drama. Okay, let it be on record, right? What they say, and then at what time too. So Eyinaya Abaribe seconded the motion moved by a Labour Party senator. That's a PDP senator, by the way. Listen.
Senator Darlington Wokocha, that in view of Section 88 B of the 1B of the Constitution, which mandates the National Assembly to go ahead and look into the conduct of affairs of any person, authority, or ministry. And where such a person refuses and deliberately stays away from letting the National Assembly do its work, and in view of the fact that this nominee rejected the summons of both the House of Representatives and the Senate, that I do support that this nominee should be stepped down pending when he decides that the National Assembly has that right to inquire into the workings of a minister and his ministry. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded. Those who are in support of the motion that the screening of the nominee be stepped down until further inquiries, say aye. Aye. Those who are against, say nay. Distinguished colleagues, don't worry. Distinguished colleagues, distinguished colleagues, distinguished colleagues, speak from there, please. Distinguished colleagues, I will put the question again.
Given the chance.
Distinguished colleagues, distinguished colleagues, point of order. Mr. President, point of order. Mr. President, point of order.
Disable, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, òdìsẹ́tẹ́, kágbádé fáláre, àtisẹ́tẹ́, kágbẹ̀bí fáláre, àtisẹ́tẹ́, adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, òṣèlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, èdò gbówó mìíràn, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, ètìsẹ́tẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, ìjà ń jà aráàlú, àtisẹ́tẹ́.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
what
shall I say? Thank you,
We can deliver
Those were the men and women that as the senior lawmakers in Nigeria, the retirement home for failed governors and their lackeys. Of course, individually, in that room, the people you saw in that room, individually, they go home every month with nothing less than a 50 million naira each. Nothing less than that. And that's the one who is not smart enough to make extra, extra budgetary looting that actually fund their lifestyle. But look at them. Nay, nay, no, yay, nay, no, yay, nay. Akpabiole had to stand up and said, order, order. Okay, fine. Suspension of this session. So they had to step down, like say, you know what, we're going to take a break. That was when Akpabiole ran to the villa to go and brief Kolu. And you know Kolu is not in good mood. This Niger thing. You know now. You can't go out and say they rejected Keyamo. Why are you here? Go back to them and, and that's exactly what Akpabiole did. He went back and out of the 48 names that Kolu sent to them, they confirmed Keyamo. Keyamo is going to be a minister. He has been confirmed. Despite all of those, forget it. That one is just like side attraction. They don't write a name. They don't go approve him. They don't approve him. But there is a man, they didn't approve his name. And 2 others. Guess who's that? El Rufaya. Isn't that shocking? Would they have to resend his name again? I'll be waiting. They haven't given the reason why they didn't confirm El Rufaya. But it's not confirmed. I'll give you the names of those they didn't confirm. So, they have confirmed Werewike. They've confirmed Devulumai. They've confirmed Keyamo. Another person called Fagbemi, Tinubu's lawyer, in this tribunal trial. They've confirmed him. They've also confirmed another person called Tunji Ojo, Dele Alake. They've confirmed him. Right? But there's this Tunji Ojo. Is that not the same Tunji Ojo that they said called the senators corrupt? I'm sorry, is that not the guy? Keep mixing them together. Is that Tunji Ojo or something? Yeah, that must be him. That young man that was a critic of Tinubu and APC. But his name got nominated. And the senator said he has to apologize to them for criticizing them on Twitter. Oh, that's Bozoun. No, that's not Tunji Ojo then. Okay. So it's like they have confirmed Bozoun. For those, that's a 40, what do you call it? 48. 45 out of 48. But they didn't confirm El Rufaya for some reason. But hopefully, maybe they will just have to tell us later what happened. But anyway, that was that. So talking about the guy that abused them on Twitter. The one that abused, yeah, that's Bozoun. You know that dildo senator, Abo. Is that not his name? Abo. Yeah, dildo senator, sure you know him. He was kind of saying some jargons at a point when they were screening the guy. And Akpabiole said something that people felt like, Omo, that one, if somebody said that to me, Omo, I no go greet him again, no. I'll show you the video, right? I'll show you. So it was pretty much about confirming their nominees, which now came out like they didn't confirm 3 of them, but they confirmed 45. So we send their names again, Abi. But watch this dildo senator and his argument and his presentation during one of their screenings. Okay? Yesterday also.
President sitting in a chair. You will live long, Mr. President. God bless you. Mr. President sitting in a chair. Few days ago, I commended the President of Nigeria for nominating many women into his cabinet. He kept his promise. Most of these women, if you look at their average age, 39 years, average. If you put all of them together, divide their age, give it 37 to 39 years. A young man is also standing before us today. In line with Mr. President's promise to young Nigerians that he will be part of my government, and he brought a young man. Look at his dressing, Mr. President, green and white. That is Nigerian. He came with Nigerian flag because of his passion for this country. Mr. President will not lie to you. Let me speak in pidgin English. Sometimes this country, they choke. They choke us. Mr. President, a few days ago, I was coming back from Kenya on the assignment that this parliament sent me. When I landed at Addis Ababa International Airport, I saw Nigerians being hoarded by a corner, denied flight. I came out of the line, and I asked the immigration people there, why are you keeping these people without them boarding a plane? They told me I should go back to my line. I removed my diplomatic passport. I said, I'm a diplomat. I want to know why they are not boarding the flight. The moment they saw my international passport, red passport, they directed me to a seat, and I sat down there. What I'm saying, I'm on live television. Some Nigerians were in that flight, and they saw me when I left my queue. And I found out what they did. And I told them, give me back these Nigerians, let me take them to my country and hand them to immigration in my country. Most of them, Mr. President, they were treated in such a manner because they are using green passport. Sometimes, when young people tweet what they tweet and they express their frustration on social media, I want you to know that we are doing this out of the love that we have for this country. Not that we hate this country. We have nowhere to go. This is our country. This is an orphan, without a father, without a mother, without a godfather, recognized by the president for his work and presented to serve. Most of these young people who are leaving the country, Mr. President telling them, come back. Don't be insulted us from America. Don't be insulted us from England. Come back, Nigeria, let's build this country together. And that's Mr. President nominated him to come back home and offer this country. We commend Mr. President for the love that he has for youth, for women, and his vision for a new Nigeria. Colleagues, please, I beg you as a young person, when you see us sometimes you express passion, support us as your sons, as your daughters. Don't use our aid against us. Use our aid to see that we help this country. I beg colleagues, this boy is very intelligent. Take a bow and go, please.
Honestly, Senator Abu, you know, you will agree with me that this Senate has been very kind to you. In spite of all the noise you make in the Senate, we tolerate you because we recognize the youthfulness in you. I'm very proud of your speech today.
President sitting in a chair, you will live long.
I didn't give you the heads up, right? I wanted you to hear that part. He actually spoke very well. You know that? I'll tell you something. When you look at some of these ignorant, miseducated, or those who chose to have this selective amnesia, when they look at a lot of us who talk about Nigeria, they think we hate Nigeria. And their criminal leaders love Nigeria. Okay? And it's kind of what it has always been like, you know, when they feel like talking about these failed criminals and what they have done or are doing to Nigeria is an act of insubordination, kind of unpatriotic act. We're supposed to be like Cameroon. Just everything is fine. And Pobia is doing well. No, that kind of life, yeah, like stagnant. Maybe not as worse as Cameroon anyway. Like, I don't think that will ever happen in Nigeria that much, right? They call us enemy of Nigeria when the real enemies of Nigeria are the reasons why we are talking before they kill all of us with all their greed and all their corruption, the consequences of their corruption. We choose to speak out. Save our souls like that. You point your dirty, filthy fingers and point them at us and say we are enemies of Nigeria. When those who are actually killing you, making laws and policies that are destroying you, are called what? Your leaders. But there is one thing, one tiny thing I need to also point out. What will make anybody who criticizes APC to want to take any appointment to work for APC? Bele lecturer. Remember what I told you about those Nigerians who are abroad, and we are of different categories. People like us who have chosen that we know where this is headed. Okay? And we would rather never ever be part of it. Right? Self-conviction. We know others who are also abroad that can't wait to jump on the ship and join the sharing bazaar in the name of, I want to go and serve my country. You don't serve your country in the midst of criminals. No. We call them the Bele lecturers. You think they are living abroad. They are okay. Of course they are okay. But if you see any of them that decided to go and take any job from these corrupt criminals and government in Nigeria, they're not doing it because they kind of, I know what I'm talking about too. But you see this guy, Bozoun, his own is different. He actually created something, right? And being a startup or sort of somebody who created something that serves the people in this financial sector and all that. You saw this your card, your payment process and all that have now come to be in Nigeria today or Africa. This guy has actually built a lot of those startups. So somehow, they also submitted a proposal to Tinubu's campaign. And immediately after the campaign, Tinubu chose to pick one of them. That idea that you said we can use. And you know why they are picking him? Shemika tell you. They picked him because they believe that they can use their payment system to make those who are going to be collecting the 80,000 naira from Tinubu, for you to actually have your money directly paid to you and the rest of that kind of idea, which will never happen, by the way. And that is why I wonder why people who have actually done something with their lives would want to go and take job in the hand of the drug lord and this criminal establishment in Nigeria in the name of, I want to go and serve my country. Bele lecturers. It's not about serving any goddamn country. It's about joining the party. But you found something that gives you the ticket to join the table. That's it, your meal ticket. I'm an inventor. I created this and that. I could do this, I could do that with your government. All these ideas, they're not going to use them. But fair enough. That guy, Senator Abo, was talking about people who express themselves against what is going on in Nigeria. People like us have more value. That's what I want to point out to you. You see those who actually stand up to point out the failure of these criminals, they have more value than the rest of you praise singers, vuvuzelas, unknown. Majority of you are unknown. But you see this face, Mayegun, and people like Mayegun like that you call enemy of Nigeria, they have more value. We are more spoken about or talk about in the midst of your criminal leaders than they talk about the rest of you. Have you heard about that one Mayegun, that Mayegun? Have you seen his latest video? Yes, they discuss us. Oh, did you hear what he said about today? Have you watched this latest Mayegun? They discuss us in their midst. As much as they would love to see any means of saying, go and talk to them and see what they want. We can give them something. Maybe they need money. Maybe they need this or that. So they talk about us more than they talk about some of you, Ajiyajes, social media bandits, Facebook adsmen. Which simply means a lot of your criminal leaders, they value those who criticizes them in a way to see either to find a way to buy them over and bury them, or find a way to tap from whatever idea these people you call enemy of Nigeria really have to offer. Now, they value their critic. They value us more than you, this Afofungbemu online beggars. Oh, seriously. And that is why a lot of you always kind of worry that, it's a matter of time. They will soon buy them. I remember Kiniko, they bought him. I remember Kiniko, they bought him. And that's why some of you are still on Mayegun's diary political waiting for the day that you hear that they have paid Mayegun the price he's asking for too. Because you know, they won't pay you that for defending or for fighting on social media for them. They won't pay you that kind of payout, Abi. You don't even expect it because you don't have that value, Abi. But you will sit down there and be like, enemy, you are enemy of Nigeria. They will soon pay him off. He's a Yoruba man. I know he's a Yoruba man. They will soon pay him off. Oh, he's an Igbo man. They will soon pay him off. Oh, it's this one and that. They will soon pay him because you know you have no real value in the scheme of things. And these are the points you should be watching out for. Those of you who want to die for them. Bozoun was very critical. He was a great critic of Tinubu. I'm talking about tweeting. Sure, you know how tweets be now. When you go drop some certain things, and everybody will be like, oh my God, wow, eh? So the guy got caught up, and it wasn't a random thing. So don't see it as if me, Mayegun, if I go put proposal to give to anybody in Nigeria, for example, if I say, you know me, I'm Mayegun, I have millions of viewers around me, and I am a media specialist. I can help you with your campaign. I can help you with your this and that. And I submit proposal to them without telling them all of you. You can't hear say breaking news. Abia State Governor has appointed Mayegun as a special advisor on media. I say, hey, I will come here. I can say, I'm so surprised. I say, congratulations, Mayegun. Congratulations, my Ironio. I don't go give them proposal from behind you. But nothing is random. Here you get. And I like that when somebody said never Mayegun. They don't get my own prize because the only prize that will actually make me want to be part of anything in that what is today's Nigeria is when Yoruba land, my region, is no longer part of this fake one Nigeria anymore. And we're going to get there. You know what I mean? When the Yorubas are no longer part and parcel of whatever happened inside your Abuja and what have you, whatever system of government that is in place then, that's when you see people like us that will show face. Not in this year Nigeria. No, never. When they say never Mayegun, you're right. Yeah? I'm just saying. Nothing is random. If they say they don't give Mayegun appointment, it's not random. That means Mayegun Timba won't sorrow. We are friends. I have been sending them proposal. I have been talking to them behind the scene. So I will come act like I am surprised. I am surprised, though. I am so surprised that they appointed me special advisor. Who you the bobo? Talon wine. For those who know better, so you will never see my name on their lips. You will never see my name on their list. It will never happen. I know if they are friend. They say I know get close mouth. If you tell her anything, you go tell everybody. If you show them anything, it go show everybody. So they don't talk to me that way. So you will never see my name on their lips or any of my team close to them. You will never see anything like that. But I just thought you should have that as an example, okay? That those who are criticizing your criminal leaders, it's not because they hate Nigeria. Yes, they may hate your leaders with what they have done, okay? So turning around and pointing fingers and calling them enemies of Nigeria, some of you don't get sense. When things come to what it is, right? Those voices are more listened to than the voice of you vuvuzelas. That's why you are begging most of the time. Yeah, this time around, we work hard, though. You must give us something, We work hard for this election. You must reward us, Yoruba job for Yoruba, this and that. Look at you. You have no real value in the scheme of things. Seriously. No matter what I say about the governors in Ogun State, the day I say, hey, good afternoon, Mr. Governor, they will welcome me with open arms. You don't understand. If I enter Nigeria today, with all I have said about them and exposed about them, dubious Dapo, the fraudulent governor of Ogun State, as much as you will think, they go carry handcuff, sheke, and no, they won't. They won't. You have no idea. And that's why I told people that you shouldn't worry about me, even though I don't want to find out. There's nothing really inviting or whatever in Nigeria that will actually attract me to Nigeria. Not now. Here you get. So I don't want to go find out, but it will shock you. When I went home in 2018 for my mom's burial, a lot of you saw my video and you're like, oh my God, it's in Nigeria. Every day I was like. Meanwhile, behind the scene, the people where you think say are the abuse, they talk about, if they see me like this, kutu wenjini abikuje. I mean, no joke. They were busy calling trying to to have a one-on-one with me, Mayegun. Sure you get. Oh, is it going to be? Where is it going to be next time? I mean, where is it going to be? We can come around the Ikeja if it's going to be in Ikeja. Oh, we can come to his hotel if he's going to be in his hotel. Or you can bring him down to Island. You know, we can arrange that. You can bring him to Island. I am talking about the same people you think I talk about all the time. Oh, he's around. He's around. But they never had to see me because I'm not like, you know. Now, one kabu, one of my lovely friend gave to me. One lovely guy who was my driver, taking me everywhere at the time. I didn't have much money to go to anybody, and I would never actually go to anybody. Some of them had to come to my mom's burial. Yeah, they came to my mom's burial. Right? And some of them came to me and started introducing themselves. Mayegun, sorry, it's me. I am Lesao. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for coming, sir. Thank you, sir. The point I'm making is that the value that people you think are enemies, the exposure, your criminal leaders will do anything to close so many mouths. And whatever it can take, they will pay that, Abi, because they have value. Think about your life. Think about your life. You can never make it. When you continue to be the vuvuzela, for these criminal politicians in Nigeria, Abi, you can never make it. Look at your life. Look at your life. I mean, you can imagine what it's going to be like if I say I have a bill. You know that, Abi? So what is going to be your bill? Not even good governance is given to you. Like that one, you don't even need anybody to pay you. It's just good government, electricity, infrastructure, good job, security, safety for your children, nice educational system. Like, you know what I mean? These are the things that should be your benefit for fighting for them. You don't get all of that. Those you call enemies are those who kind of, we can walk in and take anything. You don't know that. Do you? You don't. Oh, anyway, it's all right. And that is just that. And talking about the people who believe, we all have different beliefs. For those who still think they can save Nigeria, good luck to you. Okay? And for those who knows that if you really love Nigeria, the best thing you can do is not to provide no solution. No, don't bring any solution. Let's start talking about the existence of Nigeria, where everybody's interest should be brought onto the table. I mean, like, if you really still want to be the same country, why can't we have a conversation around that? Our differences have never been this pronounced like we have now. Now, we have those differences, right? Why can't we talk about them? From there, you can begin to realize that we don't have anything in common per se. If all of us have to be honest with ourselves at that point, if we want to continue to be one country, it has to be another written agreement that must come from all of these people who want to be part of that country. I mean, there should be a conversation, national conversation, national conference, national theater, whatever you want to call it. But if you continue to say the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable, trust me, right? You can continue to go, roll and roll and roll in that quagmire. It's called, they call it catch-22. Rat race, Abi. I'll leave you to that, to those who might want to kind of add their own voice to this conversation tonight. But before I take calls, this message from this, I would say African, over the Niger debacle. Have you shared this broadcast and have you liked it? Have you? Oh, bless you. Thank you. Now, I'm going to take calls any moment from now. Well, listen to this.
Gentlemen, this is Comrade Mohammed Ali Ringe. I want to say this very means to congratulate members of the Senate for denouncing the instruction needed by His Excellency, Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, seeking for Nigerian Armed Forces to invade Niger Republic. Nigeria and Niger, we are together. You, Mr. President, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, able to say you share borders with Niger, the Yorubas, no, western part of Nigeria, Lagos, Ondo, Ekiti, Oyo, Oshun. If they share the borders with the Niger Republic, can you suggest for Nigeria to go into war with the Republic of Niger? So don't play with our intelligence. We have voted for you tremendously. And we supported APC 100%. But now you wanted to reward us with what? What concerns Nigeria with coup d'etat? How many coup d'etat took place in West Africa? It took place at Guinea-Conakry. It took place at Republic of Mali with capital at Bamako. It took place at Burkina Faso with capital at Ouagadougou. Why? Then the ECOWAS has not intended to embed Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso. Now you wanted to incite war between Nigeria and the Niger Republic. As we at the extreme end of Nigeria, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, and so on and so forth, Borno and so on and so forth, we have shared the border. Our parents, our forefathers were having intermarriage between Niger and Nigeria. I want to repeat it again, that even to say the Yorubas share a border with the Niger Republic, can you suggest war to be conducted between Nigeria and Niger? Nothing more than this. Gentlemen, this is Comrade Muhammad Ali Ring.
The audio can be very late, especially when you have any video that is over 2 minutes, okay? But that's that. So we're going to take a break, and I am going to go make myself another cup of tea. But before I go, right, I have this quick one, make a hide down. I know that what they breed in Nigeria is poverty and ignorance. But sometimes, when you see ignorant people displaying their ignorance publicly, sometimes you are compelled to see if, we could educate them, okay? Now, I read some of these comments where you will see, I think it was actually removed. Somebody removed a comment on YouTube, right? Where one lunatic said, oh, this Mayegun is just cashing out on the Obingos. That's what he said, Obingos. Okay? However, it is actually a deliberate ignorance, but let's kind of educate them. Okay? You see, this is 2023. All right? If somehow you have been living under the rock, which is not likely that you are, if you know Mayegun, that means you know me very well. Now, you see, in this 2023, right, when I do what I am doing right now, when I am actually like streaming, I could be doing anything. The moment I have audience who actually get attracted to that, and they became audience for real, right? Now, at that point, with today's time that you have, it can automatically turn to earnings for you. Now, this is Mayegun, all right? If what I do eventually earns me money, simply because even you, watching me, you don't like Mayegun, but a lot of you will know one thing, that even those of you Lagos Abobakus, Buhari Danes, Buhari Dideris, if it is not kind of ignorance or stupidity, you will realize that every time you pick up your phone and you tune in to watch Mayegun the same way you are watching me right now, whether you are Revolution Now, whether you are for Biafra, whether you are for Yoruba Nation, or whether you are even obedient, articulutas, wherever you are, even when you are non-Nigerians. But this is 2023, okay? If you take time, if you ever branch and watch my video, you are already contributing to the view which those who advertises on my program or on my videos, right, pay me. Now, it is so foolhardy and stupid for you to be watching Mayegun like everyone else. You are sitting down there for hours, watching, commenting, and you are telling yourself, Mayegun is cashing out on Obingos. Are you not that daft? Number one, you can't stop watching me. You know that. Every 8 o'clock, you know, even if I don't come live, you are going to be here and say, that way Mayegun is not live tonight. Oh, what am I going to do with my life this evening now? Because this Mayegun is not on. You always come here to see when I'm live or not. And you are kind of stupidly pointing fingers at others and say, he's using you to cash out. No. I am using the failure of your leaders, okay, to teach you that if they were succeeding, at least if they have the quality of success in leadership, is it not enough for you to open YouTube too? And start showing the good things that Tinubu is doing or APC has done? I mean, you can make money too. Were you born to die wretched? I'm just asking, like, are you not interested in showing us the good things that Mayegun is not telling people? Or you don't have that kind of brain to put together all the good things that they are doing and show to the world. It is called deliberate ignorance. You understand? And every now and then, you know it that I am your conscience. I am the one that continue to remind you that no matter how many fingers you point everywhere, take a look at it. You are pointing fingers. How many of them are facing you when you do this? You're pointing 2, right? 3 of them are facing you. You can blame everybody else for why these criminals are ruining and destroying Nigeria, but not them. But the day you look at it very well, you realize that you are actually pointing the accusing fingers at yourself as an enabler of those who don't give a shit about you. Can't you just open YouTube, Facebook, and start telling people about the good things they are doing? Instead of you coming to Mayegun's Diary Political to add to my view, you are adding to my view. I don't have to take a kobo or a penny from you. There are those who are making money from me. So they give me some of it. How could you come and advertise to people, to a platform with over 2 million views in a month? You don't say musician, na talk at the talk. Sure you get, I'm not a musician, I'm not, what do you call it? I'm not your Nollywood, I'll be waiting you, they call them. Just, this is what I do. Presenting facts, having conversation around what is going on in Nigeria, and at the same time, raising the subconsciousness of the same people who have somehow been, so they are making money from me. They put all the adverts on my video. So you want them to keep making money without giving that to me, right? Why don't you go and open one too? It's using them to make money. No, I'm using all of you, pata, who come here to tap from what I have to say, okay? I am using all of you as my own pipe. You know what they call them? The pipe that actually transfer all the truth, whether you like it or not, whether you deny it or not. But your conscience will tell you he's actually saying the truth, though. And he's saying the truth, though. That's all that matters. Ma go make another tea. Sorry about that. Ma go make tea. When I come back, I'll take calls. So if you are an Agbado, a Nigerian, if you don't want Mayegun to use your story to make money, you should never watch Mayegun. I mean, that's so easy, right? I will never watch people I don't like. You should just unsubscribe, go away. Or you know you can't go anywhere. Now your healing center be this. No matter how angry you get, you have to still come for your dosage. If not, a lot of you will run mad with what they are already showing you out there. So deny that you will unsubscribe and you will never come back here again, so that Mayegun will not use you to make money. And at the same time, some people will watch the following day or third day. Oh, you're not mad. You will not pretend. So I do my best here to give some of you the healing, even when you live in denial. It's what I do. So if you want to complain about the other part, the best thing is to not come for the service. And I will also still use that story to teach others too. That is what I do. And I'm becoming very good at it, by the way, like very good at it. So, you know, that means you're going to have me you're going to have me around for a very long time. You better get ready, yeah? So I'm going to go make my tea. I've taken most of your time. I won't take much calls because I've already stolen most of the time, okay? But do me that favor, like the broadcast. When I come back, I'll take calls. Thank you so much, everyone, especially those of you who stayed back. So now I'm going to I have a caller already. So, and please, let's keep it brief. So maybe we can take enough calls, you know. Hello there.
Hello, this is Zeus again. I'll keep on becoming #1 always.
You are becoming the #1, and it seems to be like 3 consecutive nights now. Don't tell anybody the trick.
Yep. And you inspired me. I just finished building my hospital in Nigeria for kidney, and these same people giving me problems trying to send in my logistics and my equipment. I just wanted to, I just want to save lives in Africa. And these same people, you inspired me to build a hospital, and I congratulate you and myself for that.
That is amazing. Congratulations to us, especially to you.
And it's in Ikoyi, so I'm very, very grateful for that.
That's
So,
brilliant. And you don't want to share the name, would you? No?
No, I don't want to.
No, okay, we'll leave it at that then, Zeus. So
they just know me as Zeus
tonight?
right now. Mayegu, what you just said tonight was so inspirational. Mayegu, you have really inspired me a lot.
Thank you.
Watching you, listening to you for more than 3 years now, man, have really made a lot of change in my life.
That's beautiful, sir.
And I want you to know that I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You see what's going on in Africa at this moment, especially West Africa. These people, they come in, they steal, they're taking our people for 400 years, building their houses, building their places. Like yesterday, when I used the word, I think I said 2,800, and people were like, "Oh, what do you mean?" They don't know how American lingo works, and I appreciate when even the Olise say, "Oh, 2,800." No, it's two. What with 2,800 means is 2,800. That's how American lingo goes. So we don't.
With your 1,700 instead of 1,000. I mean 1,700.
Yeah,
we just like 1,
yeah. So
1,100. I know.
Yeah, they were trying to figure that shit out, but I know I was right, baby. It's okay. But I want you to know that what Tinubu is trying to do right now is trying to legitimate himself. But Africans, they watched the whole show that happened in Nigeria.
They did.
They're not blind. They watched it. They watched the whole show. And they know that he's trying to find his legitimacy. ECOWAS and even the ones that Wagram group or whatever they call, the ones that are trying to bring army, even what's his name, Asari Dokubo, getting a troop, trying to fight and all that stuff. I mean, this don't happen in a civilized nation. We have to be the strength of Africa. Nigeria is supposed to be we're supposed to be the giant of Africa.
For real.
We're not supposed to be the laughing stock of Africa. If we rise, Africa rise. You see, when they kill a Chinese in America, China rise. But when they kill a black person in America, nobody rides. And this weakness, we are supposed to be that one that when any black blood is being spilled all across the world, when Nigeria make a statement, the whole Africa rise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are supposed to be the powerhouse. There is no way in this world that you cannot find a Nigerian. We are the superpower of Africa. And these people are taking away all the things. We're supposed to be building, we're supposed to have a nuclear power. We have all the resources.
Let me show you something, Zeus. You will know that, in Nigeria, there's no kind of corruption that has never, took place in that country. Do you know that in 2018, Nigeria Civil Defense, right? They were defending the budget of building nuclear power in Nigeria. Civil Defense. Check your screen, wherever you are watching now, Zeus. In 2018, right? Nuclear power, nuclear weapon equipment, 5 billion naira, Nigeria paid. For what again? There is no corruption they have never perpetrated in that country. Civil defense, so not even the Nigerian defense or Nigerian military. Civil defense collected 5 billion to buy nuclear weapon equipment.
Africa needs us. Africa needs us. And we are disappointing Africa. I just listened to Obasanjo, even though I'm not an advocate of Obasanjo, but Africa needs us. We are disappointing Africa. We are a disappointment to Africa. If we rise, Africa have risen. It's a shame.
It is.
Every Nigerian, everywhere we are, even the ones in diaspora, is about time. Independence did not happen without the Africans in diaspora. The Africans in diaspora now, we got to rise up again. This is Zeus calling Africans in diaspora. It's about time for us to rise up again. I love you, my Ego. Thank you so much.
You too. Thanks a lot, Zeus. Amazing person. And then a new owner of a wonderful health center in Lagos. He won't tell us the name. I guess I have a doctor in the house right now in the temple. Oh, I've got many of you, by the way. So hello there. I did take that call, but maybe I didn't. So I'll just give another person the chance. Let's see. Hello there.
Hello, my good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, my good. And you too?
Well, I'm very well. Oh, thanks for asking.
Oh, my good. Thank you so much. I've been listening to you always. Coming from Abuja, the capital of Nigeria.
I didn't catch the name. Your name again?
Joseph, calling from the capital.
Joseph from Abuja, yeah?
Yeah. I've been listening to you, my good. Even more especially what happened in the National Assembly, where the Keyamo was screened. You know, my even there's something I found out with us here. Do you know that mentality, that poverty that we're talking about, that enslaved or as in people leave them job. I know before years, maybe just finish. Other they will move them
Joseph,
out.
I am actually struggling to hear you. I don't know what happened to your voice. It's so kind of low and distant.
Hello. Are you hearing me now? Am I coming clear?
I am hearing you, but it's not clear.
I'll come back.
Continue anyway. Maybe it will get better. Maybe it's going to get better. Go on, sir.
Okay. So a lot of them, we have some conversation all about it. I beg you, leave them. Maybe it's 4 years. After 4 years, it will go. We'll leave them. Even in the case of appeal the court, leave them is 4 years. After that 4 years, everything will just go. A lot of us in Nigeria, a lot. That is the mentality that we need to be inside. A lot. Many of us. In fact, I have a lot of conversations whereby they'll be making arguments. Tinubu has been there already. Tinubu has been there. Leave him. So we should just go and see them. Leave him after 4 years. We can vote them out. New government will just come in.
We will not go have election again in Nigeria. If Tinubu is left there, go and write that one down. You see, you are still having one that you are fighting over, Abi. This time around, you will never have any other election.
Okay. So sometimes when I go with your educating, you educate a lot, but you think has taken us with that. In fact, really weaponize us even in every angle. In every angle. You know, some of them now have been saying, okay, he has been part of. In fact, he's part of us now. Anything that I would say, it's not a new thing. Leave them, John. Let's just continue, John. Let's just continue and be going that way. Just, you know, a lot of them. Even what happened in this election, so many people see it as a normal thing. They saw it as a normal thing. You just discuss, it has been happening. I will not say this, okay. So if it is happening, it doesn't mean that we cannot rise to end it. So because it has been happening since 1999 or years back, it has been happening, so it has been a normal thing. It has been a tradition in Nigeria that so many people don't want to believe that he has been there, that she just leave them and they are still dying in poverty every day. A lot passing through. Where even transportation now, where you can end up for 300 naira, some people they are carrying for like 700 naira.
Like where are the palliatives now? At least they said that they are working on that one a week ago. Where are they now? Why are they not talking about them now? Right? I mean, people are not even asking.
Just exactly what you're saying, maybe. You know, I just love your program. I follow you and a lot. I've learned a lot. Even now, my mind is not more there. Just that anyhow it is, and go because I don't know still will come out of it. Even in the tribunal, everything. The other day I was telling in the news where that Army went to Fashola House, barricade the house that they are planning to write
the result. So they've denied it too. And because they denied it, Papa, I'm beginning to believe it that they actually are doing it. Anything they deny, they are doing.
So Fashola is writing this thing for the because economy has leaked out. Because what I believe in Nigeria is that anything that is here at home actually happens. It actually happens. Because somebody will bring it out. They actually bring it out. Barricade the house, just is like but out of it now, nothing will come out of it. Not yet. They denied it, this one. But people are not even saying, what they're writing in social media. I don't believe social media is just what they are saying. They are just trying to blackmail the man. They're just trying to blackmail to make sure that he would not get his mandate. There's a lot of people are saying so. A lot. That have never been
something, Joseph, in all of this, people are more aware of things going on now than before. So when they said all eyes on judiciary, we still probably don't have a clue what it's going to be like if the judiciary or if the results, the judgment is being written by them. Okay, we don't know how they are going to handle the aftermath or post-tribunal judgment. See, let me take another call, Joseph. It's wonderful.
What I'm waiting to see how the judgment will pass about. To me, with what you have been telling us, I don't see anything shocking. The only shocking, not the way you want to say, the only shocking is that they have already do what? Removed Tinubu, Obi has taken his mandate. That's the only shocking I will see in Nigeria. I mean, the shock was this. When I saw that I've inaugurated him, he has been the president of Nigeria, the only way the shock will come from me. But saying this one will happen, I don't have that hope. I don't even have never been.
Let me take another one because of our time. Okay, thank you so much, Baba. So I'm going to take another call. Oh, I have already anyway. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayogun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening. This is Dongada on the line.
Sorry, I'm back again. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine. Today you look like you are coming from Owambe.
What does that mean?
Owambe.
Oh, like Owambe. No. It's just like this is how Balobi dresses when we want to go to war. Sure, you can say I put all my title, all everything on. It's not Owambe.
Owambe. You are ready.
That's so we supposed to dress, but we no go war today, unfortunately.
Okay, you were ready for Niger.
I'm supposed to lead my own troop. I'll be general now. But when we call out for Kolu was nowhere to be found. I still wear him. I still have to wear it anyway to mark the day that we're supposed to fight.
That's a true. That's a true statue of a general.
I mean,
so
go on, sir.
Without wasting much of time, I listened to the complaint from the Northerners, the Nigerians, that we are saying that if actually Niger had border with the West, if Tinubu was actually going to declare the war, one thing
that we did one thing against
go
on.
Yes, one thing these Northerners fail to understand is that we Southerners, we don't love ourselves the way they do love themselves. If actually we do love ourselves the way they do love themselves, Nigeria would have been divided by now. There will be nothing called Nigeria. Let me give you an instance, if you might have a doubt over what I'm saying. Do you remember what happened in October 2020, in a toll gate? Who ordered that killing? It was Tinubu. And which people were there presently? We are there not Yorubas. We are there not Southerners. Do you remember that at the same time there were so many gatherings in Abuja, in northern Nigerians? Were there any order of shoot aside at the same period? There was not so much killing in northern Nigeria, just like it did happen in Lagos State. So one thing these people fail to understand is that Tinubu is not a leader, he's a thug. He doesn't care who he's going to kill. Whoever that stands on his way, he's willing to eliminate that person to get to that power, to get that position that he is looking for. You understand? It is not a matter of having border with Southwest or having border with northern Nigeria. Now, take for instance, look at what happened in Senate House. This crew was there to be screened today. Festus Keyamo. Right. Did you see how embarrassing he was? They embarrassed him. Who were those people that embarrassed him? It was the Southerners. They said they brought up his records, the way the way he insulted the Senate, the House, and all that. When they say who is in support and who is not in support, those who were supporting him were the Northerners. And they started making a fight because they felt that they own Nigeria. Whatever they say should be implemented. Whatever they say should be the one to happen, not what others or not what other tribes says. You know, Nigeria cannot be detribalized. We have gone so deep into this that if Nigeria did not break up today, nothing else will happen. I want to ask you something, Michael. What is the contribution of the northern Nigerians to Nigeria, like in terms of resources and even human resources, natural resources, or whatsoever? What is their contribution?
Well,
is there
contribution? You're going to be asking for numbers here, and
you know,
I don't think it is anything substantial. We all know the answer. So
okay,
please.
Okay, now I want to tell you something. Do you know there is a material called Californium? Californium. So it is found in Borno State, right. And 1 gram of that resource is worth $27-point-something million. $27-point-something million. I got information.
Don't gather. For the sake of our listeners, okay, that's not true. In case if you read it somewhere, okay. In fact, the last quote for it, from what we heard, was that it goes. A kilo of it, which I have not also confirmed other than the online post, okay, was put at $20,000, $25,000, okay. And if we should use that Nigeria money, we'll be looking at 20 million, not $1 million.
Okay.
20 million.
Okay. I did not read that online. I read it. I had it from a former chief of. I think he's a former chief of.
Al Mustafa.
Yes. Okay. That was where I had it. Then I had to search for it.
Yeah, he was saying that is worth billions of dollars if they are really accessed. Some people are stealing them. And anyway. Continue. Okay. I just thought we should put that through, like it's so important. The message you are passing is very important. And for the sake of listeners, right, to have the right figure. But go on.
Okay. So the reason why I touched that is the reason why I have to touch this is that when Tinubu declared war on Nigerians, when the day you broadcasted about the Tinubu declaring war on the Nigerians, I told you how the Tinubu supporters were celebrating him, calling him the hero, that he's a talk and do and all that. I knew it was not going to end that way. You understand? Because the Northerners were not going to support it. I wanted, including me, I was waiting for the war. All of us were waiting for the war to start so that we could use that opportunity to bring all of them down. You understand me? Northerners are never.
Do you think it's over? Do you think so? Do you think Nigeria is
not going to fight? No, it is never over because Tinubu is as ignorant as his followers. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
The moment they enter Niger, you get it's official be that.
Yes.
You go see
exactly.
They hold for a few more days. But continue. Don't gather.
Because he wants to show his power. He wants to show the world that he's so powerful that he can say anything and can do it the way he said it. You understand me? I want to beg the Southerners. I want to ask the Southerners to unite. Look at this guy that they called today that tweeted something in 2019. Some people are in your comment section saying, that guy is very nice. He's very nice. He cannot change. I know him. I trust him. He will never change because of the appointment. I want to tell the listeners something.
Yeah.
You, Mayegun, you are here every day to educate us. You are not educating us to start believing in you. You are not educating us to start following you sheepishly.
No.
You are telling us the reality, to open our mind, to make us to start reasoning with the brains that we have.
Right.
And the better way to make use of the lectures that you are giving us here is for us to stand and make use of our own mind, not to follow Mayogum, not to follow anybody, because he tweeted in 2020 that Nigeria is a very bad place. And today they are giving him appointment, and you are saying, he was a very good person.
You get
until we start to wake up.
He's coming to come and work for his country. Baba, bury that thought. Who is working for which country? The
You
country
understand
where
what
you
I'm
have
telling
thieves.
you?
Thieves as the big thieves who decide things.
You
They
know,
can't appoint
the
you. What
thief-
do you want to do? Who you
What do
deceive?
you want to do? What do
I
you
want
want
to
to
do. I'm
do?
a
You want
patriotic
to
Nigerian to serve my fatherland. Well, go serve
You
your
understand me?
fatherland. The bogey you there. Who you they deceive?
You know, this is where I get surprised, because even those you think that are standing by you, when immediately you posted that and they were like, he's a good guy. I trust me, he can never change. He can never change. You understand? So I'm telling them today, let all of us start using our mind, not to follow my own sheepishly, not to follow anybody sheepishly, because they were criticizing Nigeria and they think when they give Mayegun appointment,
when I turn
never
around,
change.
because we know we need Mayegun. We need Mayegun to help us. We like his brain. We know he's always criticizing, but he's welcome back home to come and contribute to the development of Nigeria.
To change the system, to change this and to change that. You understand?
Change the one that will be approved by the National Assembly, your National Assembly. The one that
you get my point.
Who develop waiting. If you see me come and say they don't give me anything, Baba, I won't come shop from that money. Be that, but in my word, it's actually a trashy money. That Baba, may I tell you this, don't gather. When I started kind of picturing, living in the UK and comparing what they do in Nigeria, and including those that jump into political office and all that, not the big ones who actually share the real money. I'm talking about those who run after appointments and all that. It is so ridiculous, right? It is so ridiculous for somebody who have seen money, your own money that you work for. You may not be a billionaire. I'm not a billionaire. I've worked for my money. I've touched money, which is my money. Now, you will see the denigrating thing that comes with political appointments in Nigeria, and you'll be wondering, why are you so lazy to believe in that in the first place? Like, have you actually really worked for anything in your life that is yours?
It's surprising.
And then you compare it to what they're offering you there. Like, why would that even entice you? If not because of the money you go steal from there, hopefully. That's why you're interested. And I'm not interested.
Do you get it? No, I'm so tired of, at a time I have not called for 2 weeks. You know why? Because I think making some contribution is just like, let me talk, this is my point tonight. Another person can call in.
Thank you. Don't gather. You
Thank
did well.
Thank you,
So let me take this one. And that's so true because, sorry, my caller, 1 second. Something is this. I mean, I am not a rich person. I don't even present myself. I consider myself as an average person who is still kind of like living life. But I've touched money. You get what I mean? Like, I am somebody who is kind of so contented, by the way, right? I am somebody who is not fascinated or attracted to things that are like, oh my God, is that your own? I'm not that kind of person. So I'm so contented wherever I've got. And if I have enough, if I have kind of so much, I share. That's what I do. I have touched money, okay? And the more they destroyed Nigeria, when I compare what I have actually seen to what they have devalued Nigeria currency to, I'm better off to anybody, including those you call your senator. If you remove stealing money, free money, billions and all of that, if it's about what they are duly supposed to be paid, Baba, I am better off than your senators. I am better off than your reps. I am far, far better off than even your governors. If you come out all this stolen money, or apart from that, I don't even reach their cleaner. Sure you get. But because I have worked for money, I have touched money, okay? I have seen the value of money and the value of hard work, right? There is no way any of your political office should entice anybody or people like me, except if I have become lazy, looking for free money. But if it is about what they are offering them there, I must be so poor to want to go and be a political office holder in Nigeria, honestly. But that is not what is attracting them to your politics. It's not the payment, it's not this thing, it is actually what you don't see. The billions you don't know. The ones that you read about, they will disappear. You don't know who shared them. The characters who share them are those who are jumping into your politics. Why would anybody want to live abroad and like you are working hard with your own money? You want to go to Nigeria and be a political appointee? There's something you are not telling us. Or there's something those guys back home you don't want them to know, and I do know them. Hello there.
Hello, my doctor.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, brother. Right. Thank you so much. This is the African Wahala.
There you go. The Prince. African Wahala from
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Baba?
God bless you. I'm good, bro. God bless you. God bless you.
And you too. Thank you.
Yes. Let me take the first 30 seconds to beg the people. We implore you to click on the like button.
Please.
Let's raise the likes up to 2,000. Let's get 2,000 likes in the comment section. YouTube, Facebook, please. Now, I'm going to take 2 minutes to talk about Tijani Balogun, or less, 2 minutes or less. Tijani Balogun, the new guy that was screened in the Senate building. He looks nice. He looks intelligent. He's a young guy. He speaks eloquently. And for that reason, the amnesia. Sorry, what do they call when you have a short memory?
Well, they do.
Is it amnesia?
Either Stockholm syndrome or selective amnesia, which is intentional.
Yes. Oh, selective. But unfortunately, a lot of us Nigerians, we have subconscious amnesia. We don't plan to have that amnesia. All what we need is to see something a little bit flashy and we forget about reality. That happens all the time because I've seen so many people, even in the comment section today, like the previous speaker spoke. You see them praising these guys. Oh, he's a young guy. He looks so good. He's speaking English. That's what we like. But the truth is, if you delve deeper into the psychology of anybody that wants to get into the Nigerian political space, you need to understand that number one, you have to be able to kill your conscience.
That's right.
And if you can't kill your conscience, when you get into that political space, you will be forced to kill your conscience. That's how it works. If you don't kill your conscience, you will be thrown out. Those guys that are thrown out are the ones that we see. Oh, you see some politicians today, they are prosecuted by EFCC, ICPC, because they have decided to go against the grain. In the political space in Nigeria, you have to conform and become a criminal. If you choose not to be a criminal, then you're going to be kicked out. That's how it works. So even guys with good intentions at the beginning of their political careers, they end up becoming criminals because that's how it works in the Nigerian state.
African Wahala, God will help me bless you. Keep firing. I'm all ears.
Thank you so much, my brother. Now, I'll give you guys a typical example. You remember Isak Patan Tami, a criminal, a jihadist terrorist. Patan Tami was the former Minister of Communications, a terrorist, a Boko Haram Al-Qaeda supporter. This guy was responsible for the personal information of 200 million Nigerians.
Just like that.
You tell me how that was beneficial. Let's look at the other terrorist, El Rufaya from Northwest. El Rufaya was brought into Nigerian politics by Obankparo because Obankparo perceived him as a young guy, a technocrat, an intelligent, eloquent, outspoken person. He brought a terrorist after 23 years. Can you guys tell me how many bodies are on El Rufaya's gun? How many people has El Rufai killed?
Mr. Body Bag. You're talking about well, he earned a medal sometime in December or so of 2000, and if you remember, 2015, when they killed over 1,400 Shiites that they buried in shallow grave in Kaduna. He earned that medal. Nothing happened.
I don't even think in the Russian-Ukraine crisis, 1,400 people have died in a single day. That's how ridiculous. That's how ridiculously low they have reduced the value of our lives. And that's why you guys that are already warming up to these eloquent guys like Tijani, listen, remember, Tijani got chosen by a criminal, Kolu Tinubu, Ebola Tinubu.
Like, are you playing?
How
is this something?
I don't understand, bro. I don't understand, bro. Can you explain to me, have you ever seen light come out of darkness? That boy, Tijani Bello, whatever his name is, I like him from the outside. The guy has created his entrepreneurial stuff.
Yeah.
You know, this guy has companies he has IT companies in Kenya, in Rwanda, in I believe one other West African country, in Nigeria, maybe in the UK as well too. But he's a liar, as opposed to people like me that if I put out a tweet condemning the Nigerian passport as a result of the discrimination that I faced in the Chinese embassy, a criminal, a fake, a pretender like Tijani and any other politician aspiring to work with these terrorists, they will come back and lie. And do you see the ridiculousness from this boy? This guy came out and said, oh, Mr. Senate President, His Excellencies, I want you to take me as your son. Bro, who is your daddy, bro?
You know
who's your dad, bro? Do you know that these are criminals? What kind of disrespect is this, bro? Who's your dad? Anyways, thank you for giving me the opportunity, brother. Don't let me take too much time. Please, my good people, smash on the like button right now. Click on that like button, share the video, subscribe. Peace and blessings.
I'll see you some other time. Baba, you do well.
Yes, sir.
That's Africa, the African Wahala. The African Wahala is also very much on YouTube. So those of you who probably will look out for him, he is also a very good pragmatic presenter, you say, and he's very blunt, by the way. If you love blunt people who just kind of speak it the way it is, eloquently presented and no mismatch or what have you, search for Africa, the African Wahala on YouTube, please. And you can also follow him. He's a regular here, and he's also very much like one of our captains in the hall, in the temple. I have another caller, which I am going to call Hello there.
Hello. How you go, General?
Yes, sir.
The Ashiwaji àwọn Obingos.
Yeah,
in the mind of,
I saw that in the comment, and you're like, yeah, you'll be our Ashiwaju of the Obingos. I was like, well, they try to bend you, but that particular one, even the obedient don't want to be called Obingos, but except if you're obedient. It's like the word nigger,
you know
right?
what?
If you are black, you can say
you
nigger.
know what?
You're not going to
Obingo.
Go on.
The fact that they can refer to you as an Obingo means that
I'm the chairman.
They have been they've been lobotomized.
Yeah.
You see, we cannot actually give any credibility to those type of lines of words. They are so crazy, so thirsty of the truth that they cannot even comprehend. They choose not to comprehend. So they are always search. And that's why it doesn't matter how hard, how soft, how gentle we try to pass the message across. They will never, ever compromise. And they will always keep coming because they already lost their mind. And until Nigeria happens to them and they get the aha moment, then it will be testimony time. So to all the crazy lunatics, the Ashiwaju Anwoli, the Hutchins,
you're talking about those. Okay, go on.
All the Alatenuje, the Wirindatos, the Didirins, all the mad, crazy lunatics in Yoruba land are members of the Nigeria community at large, both diaspora and at home. Listen very carefully.
Please.
Your day of reckoning is coming. We are all going to be here. The diary is active, is a living document. You can go back 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go back as many years as you want.
As far back as 10 years in the earliest.
You cannot change this temple of truth.
No,
we don't need to spend lies. If you are ready to be truthful to yourselves, you'll do what is right. Your comment, your behavior will speak for itself. So keep coming. You need the therapy, because without it, you go into withdrawal. So let's break up this Nigeria and save lives, including your life. You crazy Lagos Abobaku. And make if Numbu fast track, may his attitude, his character, his body language, his stupidity, may all of it combine fast track what we've been looking for. Because without it, oh
talk
God.
to the universe, sir. Direct that to the universe. The universe work in our favor, all right, and make it quick.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It is well though.
Thank you
And they can't pray their way through it. They can't pray their way through it. They can't pray their way through it. Keep doing the good job, man. You look great.
Thank you too. Like you can see me. I mean, I've been busy trying to show off. I'm showing off. Oh, you saw this thing I'm doing. I'm showing off. Sure you get. For all the Mayegun supporters, they should feel good. But for those who feel like Kilo Shegana, Kilo Warrior, Kilo Kosi, what is he wearing? Must he go and wear okay, because he was, yes, I'm showing off, and I like it. If it makes them mad, fine.
It's credible.
Thank you.
It is credible. The truth comes from the right source. So we are loving it. Keep doing the great job that you have. You owe nobody no apology.
Thank you. I'll see you again, sir. Thank you very much for your contribution, as you said. Kolu is doing the Lord's work. May the universe further push them. That will make it easier for a lot of you to agree that if you love Nigeria, please break it up to save lives. Our lives. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Baba.
Chief of Staff, Supreme Headquarters.
Yes.
Professor.
Eda. General Mayegun. The tallest man.
Highest.
Short, tall man. I mean, how did that guy actually praise me the last time? That video. Chain play again.
Okay, go on.
Something that would kind of remind you of how to, praise me.
Okay.
The International Prime Minister of hang on.
Incumbent traditional Prime Minister, His Royal Highness Igwe Dr. Honorable Engineer Pastor, His Excellency Ambassador Igwe Uwezuoke, as onye mepimu nke izizi African tallest man, otu onye na-ekwomu olu a osisi kankwụ ọkwụrụ ọka, fine man without pimple, ọ natara dike mma nke mbụ, okwuru ọra dike erigharịrị, otigbu ụdị mkpa.
The African tallest man, international prime minister. You don't have to remember all of that, Sha, Baba. How's your day?
Well, Mayegun, Alhamdulillah. Mayegun, thank you so much, and for everything you have been doing so far, and for enlightening and opening the mind of so many people. Sincerely speaking, for about years now that I've been listening to you, I came to self-realization, and I was able to approach and speak the truth more than before. Because when you speak the truth, you have an open mind and you fear no foe. Because the truth will always show. Truth is like a light. It's like a torchlight in the darkness. You always see this thing. I told you the other time, there are 3 people I'm listening to. The first one is an American. The first one is Mayegun. The second one is a Nigerian man, but we call him a comedian. Some people call him Willie. Oga Osinwi.
Oba Solomon.
Oba Solomon. The third one is Bill Carson in America. This one is a mind revolution. He will tell you about what life is and how this Bible tablets and everything came into reality and how they sold lies to us, we Africans, we black race, and that is why we are unable to. They took away our culture, our tradition. They gave us their own. They took away ours, take away our power, and then to modernize their own life. They take away our resources, both natural and human resources. They took them away, and now, just like what you say about France, they took out their resources. the African resources, and you have to go and pay for it again to get your. You have to where they borrow your money.
Their money.
Yeah,
If
borrow
you want to make a withdrawal,
yeah.
you give it to them as a loan that they have to return.
Yeah. So like what we were saying, I don't know why we have so many evil leaders in Africa. I still don't get that. Maybe some people can give me maybe our brain has been so changed to the extent that we don't know the reality.
You know, the early manipulation, colonization, they indeed actually impacted on us. We won't deny that, okay? But when it comes to the brain that we have right now, I think the last part of the puzzle, sir, is when Africans actually come together to reject bad leaders genuinely, like become a thing, right? That Africans are actually like rejecting the Western puppet or Eastern puppet, whoever they are, yeah? Maybe that's the last puzzle. But when it comes to generally of our brain and all that, we are not stupid, are we? I'm black, you are black.
No,
you are not stupid.
Yeah.
You know what is wrong and right? But we are so powerless that those who should push the fight are already in bed with the people who want them to actually save us from. That is the last puzzle, I think. Because we are not stupid as black people.
It's not maybe we are stupid, but now we are waking up. Like what these guys were doing now in this western part of Africa. Now that guy, isn't that the Burkina Faso president was saying that we have seen so many of our young people dying on the seas, going by the road when they are going to the European countries. Some are dying in the desert and all those stuff. And it is the young one that they send him to deliver these messages. And when you look at that guy, he's talking like Thomas Sankara, that where are we? Why are we here? Just like the question you're asking most of the time. What are the things? Because our people, we fail to look at things critically. Critical thinking, we lack it. And that is the problem. Because when you are, what they say one time, that when you fall, you have to stand up many times to see the reason why you fell. That's why they say, that is they will see the reason why they fall. So they move forward. And then, like in our case, because I watch most of the thing going on in Lagos, somebody said something, and that Northerner was saying that when Tinubu, the Niger, they were surrounded by the Niger, they are their neighbors, they intermarried. Then they say, can he do that in Yoruba land? And somebody was saying the same thing on these street vendors they put a camera and they were asking public opinion. And the guy was saying the same thing, that if Lagos today, that they say, no way, that we are going out, nobody's going to, that the government will stop all the bullshit they are doing. Now, let me put it this way.
Right.
Look at this. Look at the people in that Senate, those senators. Look at the caliber of people there. That is. Number two, look at the ministers. Look at them. Yeah. Look at the person who called himself the president of Agbiru. The president Kolu, the Oga Agbiru, Oga Agbewiri, Oga Atole, the Jaga bandits. The man that nobody knows where he comes from. His father, nobody knows his homeland. The mother. Nobody knows everything.
See, is it not ironical that somebody will call you Omoale because you don't like Tinubu? But you know your father. You know your father's father. You even know his own father's father. Abi?
Yeah.
Because your father showed you his own father. Because his own father showed him his own father. Abi? And you are already showing your own children your father. Abi, so? So, Tinubu, nobody know him, Papa. Who denied this Papa? Denied this Mama? And somebody will now turn around and look at you and say you are Diomo Ali, not Tinubu. Because of Tinubu, is that not ironical?
If you look at what I said the other time, I said this guy is an extraterrestrial habitat, or maybe alien, or maybe it's a laboratory test that they put into us, because everything about this guy is always escaping it. I don't get it. Yeah, they put this one. It's just like somebody. Just to remind you, when I was a prison officer, when we go into a cell to go and to take a prisoner out, maybe he refused to go to court, or he refused to go to another prison. The man will strip himself naked and will rub himself with oil. So the moment you touch his hand, the guy will slip away. We thought this, but we have to devise a method, and the method is we throw a sand on his body.
Right.
So that this time around, the moment you catch it, you will not be able to escape. So these are the things that Nigeria is supposed to do. They should devise a means. I don't know, but why are we allowing this kind of imbeciles, with this kind of chronic corrupted people that have they devise a method of how to push people to the corner that we cannot. Yeah, we're suffering from Stockholm syndrome. We just love them for punishing us, for punishing them. Yeah. So all this kind of a thing, I still don't know the way out, because the guy was saying that we for some time we suffer, and the moment you see all these Agbado people, oh boy, they are like Tinubu. They are drugged. It seems they are drugged, so they are hooked. There's nothing you will tell them that you can convince them. Like I said, I have one that will share a flat. It's a Yoruba man like me. So today when we are watching the female,
the Super Falcons, yeah. Right. I think something has happened there that is that I got a call that took him off, or the network is telling me that our time is up. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So thank you so much for the call. And I hope I'll be able to have that full chat with you next time. And to everybody who is also still trying to call in, our time is up. All right. And I want to say thank you to every one of you for tonight. Okay. So if you just joined us, watch this program from the beginning. Skip the part you don't want to listen to. However, if you have been with me on all day, like for the past 3 hours, I want to say thank you. But if you haven't really liked the broadcast or subscribe to my channel, I'll keep reminding you, by the way, because I'm actually chasing 100,000 on YouTube, and only you can take me there. Yeah? Just by doing what you do normally. Like the broadcast, share it, and leave the rest. Once they touch the message, most of the time, if you spend just, all they need is just to spend about 10, 15 minutes just listening to Mayegun. And that 15 minutes is not like 15 minutes. If they're able to listen for just 2 minutes, they will spend 10 minutes. From 10 minutes, they can actually take it to 20. All you have to do is share. Make sure they always have every update of Mayegun. And you can only share if you yourself is a subscriber. I will see you some other time, okay? Thank you so much again. And good night to everybody. Udaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari. pẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.